technically, I was never gone. Because if you look
Yeah,
back at the
but
message,
so
I
here's
never
the
said
thing.
I
So
was
me,
for sure doing it
so
tonight.
except here's the thing. You said we are good to do either one. So
Uh-huh.
you didn't say
But if
that
I
it
never
wasn't.
technically, when he said afterwards, because I looked at the messages before I joined, if you look at it, he says, "Are you guys like down to do it?" I never replied after that. So technically, I was
But
never late.
but for the fact that you said we're good to do either one tonight,
One. So
and then not saying
technically,
anything
but
else
mhm.
implies that if we do it tonight, you're good with that. Or if we do it
But
tomorrow, no. So
if I
technically, you're
didn't
in the wrong.
respond, if I didn't respond to him saying are we good to go, obviously
But
we're
if
not
you
good to
don't
go.
text us saying, actually, let's not do it tonight, then me and Ty wouldn't have
Well,
waited for 2 hours.
it could go either way, but technically, in
No, technically,
technicality, I was not late. Get your
you were though.
I wasn't.
Anyways,
And with that, we can maybe start the podcast.
we're good.
I did record a part of that, so
Oh, makes sense.
yeah. So everybody knows that our scheduling is completely fucked. We are doing this very late at nighttime edition on the podcast.
Right.
Uh,
This is the first time we've done like a full-on late night, like recording session.
I think it's funny because it gets to know us because this is always how late we're. Well, how late me and Jaden are up. You usually go to bed,
Right.
old man. But
Sorry,
Right.
I got responsibilities.
when the sun goes down, Ty goes down.
When the sun goes down, me and James stay up.
um,
I don't get up until the sun goes down.
Right.
All right, but yeah, welcome to the Geeked Out podcast. You already know it's your host Tyler. We got Jaden in the building.
I'm here.
We got James in the building.
Hello.
Hello, James. I have a feeling that you can audition for the Aflac duck, and you could get it.
Affleck. I could do it,
Not the
though.
duck.
Yeah.
Bro, Affleck has one of my favorite commercials back. When he's on the kayak and he's like, Affleck, and he keeps covering all the holes. And then the last one is he has to shove his beak in there.
Yeah.
Shit's hilarious.
Alrighty. So today, we're gonna try and make this a little bit quick because like James said, I'm an old man, so I need to go night night at some point. But we're just gonna kind of like fling by the NFL week 5. We're on week now. Week 5 of football in the NFL, and then we're gonna hand it over to Jaden because Jaden's gonna kind of host a little bit today.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yay! But just
Yay.
you sound very excited. Try to be a little excited when we're recording this at 12:30 at night.
That shows so much excitement.
Or in the morning, I guess I should say. But just continue to support us, guys. We are on YouTube. If you are seeing our beautiful faces, then obviously you are listening on YouTube. But good thing that if you were ugly,
Technically,
so you
could be watched on YouTube.
Well, yeah. I'm not good at these.
James, stop with your technicalities.
But you can also listen to these podcasts on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to avoid seeing our ugly faces. But you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're going to probably do a little bit more down the road other than these goddamn podcasts. Maybe sooner rather than later? Question mark?
Who knows?
But then also feel free to check out our Instagram and TikTok for all of the highlights of the podcast at Officially Geeked Out. All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's just go into week 5 real quick. Let's just talk about real quick how the Steelers are fucking trash. How the Cowboys are fucking amazing, and then that's probably the only 2 teams that we actually care about.
Right.
No, yeah, Steelers are trash. Kenny Pickett looked nice though, I do gotta say.
Hey, I'm waiting for it. Oh, get down.
Like I
I'm
said,
waiting for the day y'all get rid of Canada.
yeah, like
I don't
I've
know.
We're
been
all waiting now.
I've been saying that I fucking hate Canada and I want him. Well, I hate Matt Canada. And
Yeah,
then
thank you for specifying
yeah,
that you didn't hate the country Canada.
yeah.
I love Canada.
Oh, I do too. But yeah, I don't like Matt Canada as our offensive coordinator, and yeah. But Kenny Pickett looked nice. Hopefully, he can flourish. He looks like to be the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see though. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the Steelers. The O line sucks. Najee does not look the best, but I feel like that's because he's just injured right now. Deontay Johnson, or should I say Deontay Dropson, he keeps dropping some balls. Claypool said he was a top 3 wide receiver in the league last year. That is not even close. George Pickens is the best wide receiver on the Steelers, and he's a rookie. That's
sad.
That says something. And the Steelers are 0-8 now without T.J. Watt. Defense looked terrible, but I mean it's the goddamn Bills.
The Bills are nice, boy.
The Bills
They're
are
lighting it up.
the Bills are nice.
Those are wild.
They're fucking nice. And then other than that, I mean, James, you want to talk about your Cowboys a little bit?
Hey, man, they was looking nice. That's all I gotta say.
Who did they play?
Everyone that was
they
saying
played the
our season
Rams.
was over.
Yeah. So I have a question because I don't remember which episode we talked about it, but you said that there's no controversy because if you look at what Cooper Rush has done, he's been playing shit teams. And so you said if he were to play against the Rams, then you talk about it and that's what we got. So
I mean, you
do
still look
do you
at with what he did with the Rams.
Mhm.
His stats weren't there. Like we
he
look
didn't
and
do that.
he's
Anything
not winning
impressive.
us these games. I mean, you look at we scored 22 points, and one of the touchdowns was a defensive fumble recovery, ran back for a touchdown. Our defenses are winning us these games. I like that he's going in there. He's a solid backup. He's going in there and he's not making the mistakes to throw the interceptions and things like that. So that's a benefit because a lot of backups go in, and that's the one problem is they keep getting sacked and they can't hold on to the ball. They throw interceptions, things like that. So he's a good backup. But as far as a QB controversy, like
You don't see
there's
one.
there's none.
Cool. I
To be
just
honest,
wanted to hear your opinion. Like
yeah,
I know me and
'cause-
you were talking about it like while playing games, and so I wanted to hear it from you on the podcast. So
yeah, because I mean, you look at it and like as I said, he's playing good, but to anybody in this league, and take Dak out the situation. If this is your team, would you want Cooper Rush? Because of course people are going to say it about Dak. People love to hate on Dak, but stop looking at being on the Cowboys and look at would you want Cooper Rush as your starter? Hell no, nobody would. So why would you, looking at what Dak's already done, if we're not hating on him, it just makes clear sense.
you're right.
Yep.
I just wanted to hear it from you.
NFC East is looking kind of nice. I do gotta say.
I gotta keep bringing it up. The more and more it happens, the Giants, man.
The New York.
I have to keep bringing this up.
Talk about the New York Football Giants,
bro.
Also, let's talk about the New York Jets. They have a winning record.
They do. What did they have? Didn't they throw? Didn't they put up 40 points
against the Dolphins? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Granted, I mean, Tua wasn't playing and Bridgewater got hurt.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was in. Well, he got in concussion protocol, which has been a lot of interesting calls throughout the week because of what happened with Tua.
I think it's stupid. I saw two on the NFL meme pages, and they were both roughing the passer. The first one was Tom Brady's roughing the passer, which shouldn't have been called. The second one was tonight against the Chiefs and the Raiders, and it was on Derek Carr. The man didn't even throw the ball yet, and they called a roughing the passer play.
Yep.
That's some BS. That man he fumbled.
Yeah.
They call roughing the passer.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
That's why the Chiefs won that game. No, no, the Chiefs won it because Josh McDaniels dumbass didn't go for the fucking field goal to tie the game. He fucking went to win, which all the
Adams and Hunter Renfrow ran into each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking
that was idiots.
Yeah, so Raiders are 1-4.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, you two spoke highly of them. But to be fair, I mean, I spoke highly of the Broncos.
Right, and I mean, like,
and the Broncos look even more shit than the fucking Raiders do.
it's crazy because like this is the fun in early predictions, because who would have thought that Devonta, like, because it looks good on paper, and so to go down the season and you know it's not getting any better. So in the Raiders and the Broncos case, like on paper, it looked good. Like it looked good from both of them. Like Raiders more so than the Broncos in my opinion, but here we are where they're both trash.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy.
That's the beauty of football. Like
Right.
like
Anybody got it.
Like none of us fucking predicted that fucking the NFC East was going to be the best division in football right now.
That's because y'all be hating.
You were on board
It's
with
not that
us.
we're hating. It's just that we didn't expect the Giants to be 4-1.
Like y'all, so it's the Cowboys and the Eagles, right? But so who expected the Giants to come out of nowhere?
Exactly.
We knew that the Commanders weren't going to do anything. It doesn't sound right, and you know this. Because
as I said, I don't believe in the Giants. Because as we say, they beat the Packers, but to me, I've been saying it week after week, I don't think the Packers are a good team.
Yeah, well, I've been now saying it week after week. The Giants might make the playoffs.
I don't think the Giants are a real team. Like, I don't think they're the real deal.
I don't know, because as of right now, like, whether we like it or not, they've proved it with a winning record. They might not look the best on the field, but at the end of the day, to make the playoffs, you need to win games. So,
they have an interesting schedule coming up. Now that I'm looking at the Giants' schedule, so next week they will play the Ravens, which that will show a little, see how tough these Giants are. Then they also, but they're, for the most part, their schedule's kind of easy. They got Jacksonville after Baltimore, then they got Seattle, then they got their bye week, then they got Houston, Detroit. They do have to face the Cowboys, but then they got the Commanders, Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Colts, Eagles.
Bro, it'd be really funny if they beat you guys this time. It'd be really funny.
They could, and I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Giants, we usually split with them.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be shocked. Because, again, when they were shit, Dak's rookie year, our only two losses at the beginning of the season were to both the Giants. The Giants fucking sucked that year. And we lost both games to them.
That's funny.
And then our third game, we lost in the final week because we rested everybody.
Right.
But they're the two games we actually lost. We always lose to the Giants.
That's funny.
At least once.
Yep. And then just after, or this upcoming week, there's only really a few games that are marked on my calendar. Steelers will be taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Pittsburgh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
That's on your mind? I would try and not think about that, boy.
And then, Vikings and Dolphins, that could be an interesting one.
If Tua's back, but Tyreek's injured too.
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
Yep.
Tyreek was spotted in a boot.
And then
a boot.
And then the two, yep.
That's rough.
Yeah, they're saying it's not anything serious, because I guess someone stepped on his foot and with the cleats and all that. Ooh. But yeah, it's just precautionary. We'll see what his game status will be. Right. The other two games that it's actually going to be very exciting to watch for both of these games.
Hopefully.
You got the Bills and the Chiefs. Yep. Jaden's happy about that one.
Yes, I am.
Potential AFC Championship preview.
I can't wait now.
Yeah, because it looks like these two teams are on a collision course. It's inevitable
It
at
is.
this
They
point.
always are.
Yep.
Yep.
Hopefully no coin toss gets in the way of it this time.
Right.
And then the Sunday Night Football with the Dallas Cowboys heading into Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
This might be
And
another
Dak's
time
back.
where I'm
Dak
where
back.
I'm a
Is it
Cowboys
confirmed? Is it
fan.
confirmed that Dak is back, James?
No, it's not confirmed, but he walked into the game this week and he was talking to reporters and everything. He was shaking their hands. He's like, "Do you feel my grip?" And he's like, "It's honestly day to day right now." So to me, day to day means he's gonna come back.
That's fair.
So,
All right.
This is the second time this season that I am a Cowboys fan.
You don't want to root against the Eagles? But by the
No,
way, that
because
bet that
me-
you were talking about,
Yeah, no, it's
is,
over. I'm
it's not
screwed.
looking good.
Yeah, no, I'm screwed. I'm gonna owe my dad $50.
Come on, dog. Tell him once he pays me, I'll pay you to pay him. That's how this is gonna go down.
All right.
That's funny.
All right. That's all for this week on football.
Real quick, what's next week's Thursday? Or I mean, I guess this upcoming week. What's Thursday and then Monday?
So
The
Thursday
Commanders.
night is a snooze fest because it is
Most days.
the Washington Commanders
Trash.
taking on the Chicago Bears.
Trash.
Monday night football. We'll see how this one plays out. But it's the Denver Broncos taking
Trash.
on the Los Angeles Chargers.
Trash.
Why do we keep getting the Broncos in prime time?
I don't
We're
know.
done seeing them. Take
Yeah,
them off the TV, bro.
That's ridiculous.
We're done seeing him cook. We
You
don't
know
want to
what-
see Russ cook.
You know what's crazy is that this will be week 6,
Yeah.
and four of their games so far, or including this one, 4 of their games have been in prime time.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like,
That's terrible.
but
For how they're playing, that's terrible.
I mean,
Let him be.
and I'm a big fan of Russell Wilson, but
Yeah,
they
I'm not.
dick rided him this offseason.
they really did. They really did.
Oh yeah, he released that Broncos Country, Let's Ride, and then that's when
It was over.
that's when they're like, oh, we got to use it. That's our marketing template that we're gonna use
Yep.
for the next 30 years.
Everything.
For everything, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Now everything is doing it.
I promise you, did he get it trademarked yet?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tried
Better
to.
hurry
Bro,
up.
if he trademarks that, it's over.
Yeah.
Over. Because all these teams been going on. Orlando Country, let's ride, boy. Give me my money.
Right.
I'd take it all.
So dumb.
All right. Yep, that's all we got for NFL week 5 recap. Jaden, take it over so that
All
way I
right,
don't have to
so-
talk anymore.
So basically, I was going through the MCU just kind of like for myself, and I think it would be fun if we told everybody what we think our top 5 favorite Marvel movies are, what our least 5 favorite movies are, and then we'll go into TV shows. And I know that when we talked about it, we said best 3 and worst 3. There's only 7 shows. We might as well just rank them. What we think. There's only 7.
That's hard.
Nah, I already
if
got
you do
it.
a top 3 and a bottom 3, then you just stick the one that you didn't say in the
Isn't
middle,
there-
and there you go. Like it's as
Isn't-
simple as that.
Isn't there 8 shows?
No, I looked it up. I looked
One.
on Disney Plus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 8.
What else is there? What
So
else?
you got WandaVision, you got Falcon and Winter Soldier, you have Loki.
Oh, I forgot Ms. Marvel.
Oh yeah, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Well, even then, we might as well still rank it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why leave only 2 shows out?
Yeah.
What's up, James? Are you raising your hand?
1, 2.
No.
He's counting.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So,
'cause he was naming off the shows. I was
oh,
like,
gotcha.
get out of here.
All right. So we'll start with
God.
James's dog is attacking him for the
course
listeners
it
at home.
So we're gonna start with what we think the best Marvel movies are, and how we're gonna do it is go from 5 to 1, and then the way that we're gonna do the what we think the worst movies are, we're gonna go from number 5
or
to
10 to
the
6.
worst.
Okay.
Yeah. So, who wants to start with their number 5? James
Looks
does.
like James does. He's very
All right,
excited.
James, what's your
Thor
number 5?
Ragnarok.
All right,
Thor Ragnarok is best.
No, number 5.
number 5. We're going
Well,
5.
yeah, and I
1.
was wondering what list we were doing first.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thor
So
Do
I
we
mean,
need to explain?
that's a solid pick.
I feel like it's a solid pick. It
No.
was. I think it was the turnaround of Thor. That's when people started actually liking the Thor movies.
Right.
The thing
That's
about it, no one liked 1 or 2. Third, pretty much everyone liked. If it wasn't a love, people really enjoyed it.
right. I agree. I'll go next. My number 5 is No Way Home. Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't know.
solid one.
But so tell me why. I'm gonna keep it hot. I forgot to put any of the Spider-Man movies in because
Ooh.
I was looking on Disney Plus and they ain't on there.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it
I
was
don't think.
nostalgic. It was, and I mean, I just generally like, I loved the movie. I thought they did very good
Yeah,
on it. So
it
number
was
5.
solid.
Yeah.
I thought about being a dick and putting the Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in it because technically it's MCU.
It's canon now.
Technically it's canon.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna fucking keep it. All right. So number 5 for me, and I, as I told Jay, and this like for the number 5 spot, it was kind of interesting. I had to think
Okay.
of everything,
Right.
or think of just whatever. So me, like movie wise, I probably wouldn't put it top 5, but just the overall experience that I had, I got Avengers End Game at number
Okay.
5. I getting some dirty looks for putting it at number 5. It should be higher, I know. I've told y'all about like kind of my criticisms with the movie. I think that time travel is a big cop out, but at the same time, I mean, when we saw it, we all had fun. Jaden, I'm gonna call you out. You cried like a bitch.
I
Boy, let me tell you some. Cried more than I did at my grandma's funeral.
wow. That's terrible.
Dude was over there bawling his
I was, dude.
He
Yeah,
was gasping for air, boy.
because
This goes
you
without
guys,
warning. Spoilers for everything that's Marvel has released so far.
so like, yeah, we all grew up like, we grew up with Marvel, but something about the Marvel universe has always connected me. Like, I feel like more so than you guys, because don't you guys both like DC more?
I'm a DC fan.
Yeah,
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
to an
there's
extent.
that. So like, I am all Marvel. I am all in on them. So like, I don't know. I just love those characters so much, and so, Iron Man died, Natasha died. It
Oh,
was
spoiler!
That's
yeah. I already
that's
put
what
the
that's
disclaimer.
what I said.
Yeah, like
Have a
you
big
know.
flash. Spoiler.
So I just I it was very sad.
Oh
It
no,
was
yeah.
so heroic.
All
Those are
right.
my guys.
Let's move on to number 4.
All right. I'll start this one. So number 4,
Oh, we're not
I
gonna
got.
go in a circle.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we could. All right, James, go for it.
So for number 4, I actually have Captain America: Civil War. I've always said I think that's personally my favorite Captain America. I think it's the best Captain America because even though it was a Captain America film, it
Felt
wasn't.
like an Avengers. That's yeah.
It was like an Avenger one, and I think it was cool to finally get to see some of them fight it out.
Right.
It was dope,
Yeah.
and I think they did a good way of bringing Peter or Spider-Man into it. And,
Right.
I thought it was dope.
Yeah, I agree because that is also my number 4 is Civil War. It,
Gang.
it's a solid movie all around. Like you couldn't go wrong with it. It's a solid choice.
Yeah.
And I agree with both of you guys because it's also my number 4.
Nice.
Like James.
Just want to say Iron Man bodied the fuck out of Captain America. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, but then he did it right back.
Nah, he got double team, boy.
Yeah, he got bodied. But even then, like if you watch the end of the fight, he destroyed his suit. Cap did. So he threw Bucky
Yeah.
off him, and then it was just Cap and Iron Man, and then Cap bodied him by destroying his suit. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Iron Man got fucked though in the because I mean y'all have seen She-Hulk, the Sokovia Accords are no more.
Yeah,
So
that's
get fucked, Iron
crazy.
Man, you piece of
Yeah,
shit. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh, no respect for the dead. All right, now we move on to number 3.
So for number 3, I actually have Infinity War. I really
Interesting.
enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice setup into the last one. I feel like the cliffhanger they left us on, like, I know
Yeah,
me personally going into there, when that motherfucker snapped his finger, everyone disappeared, and then all we saw was him looking over in peacefulness. And then the credits started rolling. I was like, whoa,
yeah,
real quick. Like, it was crazy. And
yeah,
so I think that single handedly, just that ending was like, it was just so monumental. And
yeah.
Thor's entrance into the fight, like, I just
Into
loved it.
Wakanda.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, so I got that at
solid
number
pick,
3.
solid choice. See, James is gonna disagree because he hates Captain America, but I have Winter Soldier as my third. It's whether like whether James, whether you hate it or like love it, this is such a beloved movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This movie was all around amazing. And like, I don't know, I loved it a lot. It's a great way to bring Bucky back. Big plot twist, like who would have thought that it would have been Bucky, and like
Everyone that read the
just
comics, but yeah.
yeah, okay, whatever. But going into the movie,
Anyone who knew
no.
anything.
Um, but I think they all played their part. I think the Fall of Shield was awesome. Like, I don't know, all around an amazing film. And if you don't hate Captain America, I feel like a lot of people put this movie top 5.
Well, I also told you it's not in my top 5, but I did tell you that when I had the vid, I got COVID, and I watched the whole timeline from start to
Right.
finish, including shows. Well, not including shows. I'm lying to you, just the movies. And when I rewatched it, it wasn't as bad as I remember, but it's not in my top 5. But it
Right.
was a good movie.
Yeah.
But you won't change my opinion on the first one.
No, that's fine. It's whatever.
But the second one was,
It's
yeah,
not.
it was
Could
good.
you imagine? I'm like, yeah, it's my number 1. It's the first Captain America film. Nah,
Everyone would go crazy.
yeah, for real. All right, Ty. So what's your 3?
My number 3 is the movie that started the whole MCU,
That's
which
fair.
is Iron Man.
That's fair.
Iron Man, like, yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, started the whole cinematic universe.
Right.
I still like look back and I think, oh my god, I wish they would continue to make movies like Iron Man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I mean, like, it still had the little bit of snarkiness because obviously it's like Iron Man, but it was a lot more like kind of darker. That because like it's just starting out, they're trying to get their footing. Has the best line in the whole MCU. Tony Stark built this in a cave. I'm not gonna yell it because everybody in my house is sleeping with a box of scraps.
That is one of the greatest lines.
But yeah, it's
One of the most quotable.
really solid fucking movie. I do gotta say.
That's fair. I like that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
All right, James.
Number 2.
James is
So
the
for
only.
number
Well, I guess Ty too, but like, cause Ty, you put Endgame super low. I know Infinity War is one of 1 or 2. James put Infinity War at 3, so that means Endgame is 1 or 2. So I'm excited to see what y'all put
Okay.
because I think mine is obvious because I haven't said those films yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to what you guys put.
All right.
So James, what's your
so
number 2?
my number 2 is Endgame.
Interesting. See, now
Um,
I'm into it.
I thought Endgame was. I mean, it was fantastic. It was, they didn't do nothing wrong. Ty talks about.
You're cutting out. What did you say?
You talk about how time travel was a cop out, and I mean, I think it just opened up to so much more because I mean, we say time travel is a cop out, but isn't that the whole way that the next Deadpool movie is working out is time travel?
No. I
No,
think they're just adding it into that Logan
there's
timeline.
there's a big gap in their timeline from where Wolverine was to Logan, so they're just placing it in the
And
middle.
I don't know, cause Days of Future Past did the time travel thing, um, and maybe I don't know, maybe it was just the way they explained it. Cause I actually really like Days of Future Past. That's one of my favorite X-Men movies. Um, which I mean, if y'all haven't, you should go watch it again.
It's
That's the
been a
third one,
while.
right? Or that Last Stand?
That's Last Stand is the third one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I need to
It's been a
watch
while
the
since I've seen
original.
the.
I
I
need
haven't seen the
third.
X-Men movies in years.
Oh,
I'm not a big X-Men fan, so I haven't either.
watch party. Uh, no, yeah. I don't know. Just maybe it's the way you explain. You know, I'm also like a critical thinker, so I'm just like, like how the fuck is like that gonna work? You
Yeah,
know? So I don't know.
Oh, I understand. I get you, Ty.
Yeah,
Totally
I'm just a
understand.
hater. That's
yep,
all it is.
you're a hater. At least you admitted it.
All right.
Anything you'd like to add, James?
Nah, what's your number two? That's the real question.
My number two is Infinity War. Um, I don't know what to say about it. It's an amazing film. It was very well done, and you're right. I love that the bad guy won. It was because it was such a big shock to
Yeah,
everyone. Like, damn, he won. He wiped out half the universe. That's crazy. So it was very well done, especially being able to have all of the characters in the movie. This was the most that we've seen in a singular film. Um, and they I think they did very very well with it. So that's my number two.
My number two is gonna be Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Captain America. I've always loved that movie. That movie I feel like is like kind of like really like kind of the last of like the MCU movies where it like kind of I don't want to say that it took itself serious, but at the same time like wasn't really like all jokes. I guess I should say.
That's fair.
Um, as you said, if you didn't know comic books, then yeah, the plot twist. Oh my god, it's the best, like the best buddy.
Right.
And did a great job introducing Falcon. Really showing how much of a leader Captain America is, and how much of a good person he is. Uh, the first Avenger did that too. Uh,
Right.
but it showed that yeah, that friendship is the most unbreakable thing in the entire world. And yeah, no, it was just very interesting. Action was really good. Um,
Agreed.
fucking and a lot of yeah, just a lot of, and that was the fucking like like Hydra took over Shield, and
Right.
like then that was a plot twist. Like what the fuck, like
Right. Like who would
like
have thought that Hydra would have infiltrated Shield?
exactly.
Right.
So yeah, solid motion picture. Like I said, it was like I debated because it's always been my fucking favorite for like a while,
Right.
and then we'll talk a little bit more about number one.
Right. So James, let's go into number one.
Oh, it was funny because when I said my number two, you were like, "I'm really interested," and I don't know. I feel like I've always said my favorite
I
Marvel
well
film
because
all
I
throughout.
forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, it's always been Black Panther. I feel like they didn't mess up with that movie. Um, I feel like In and Out, it was personally, it's my favorite Marvel movie. I watch it all the time. Like when I'm sitting and chilling, I'm like, I want to watch a Marvel movie. That's the first one I instantly go to. Is Black Panther. I think it's just the whole storyline, the music that they had going on in it. It brought like it was like the music I listened to when I'm in my car. So it was like I was vibing with that. I thought the action was great. Um, I thought the villain was great. I love Michael B. Jordan in general, just as an
Yeah.
actor. So I thought him playing the villain was great. So, I think that's personally my number one. I can't wait for the second one. I'm excited.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, the only reason why that would be crazy to me is because like you're not wrong. Like it's a solid movie. It really is. The acting is amazing. So, like everything you said is right. I just like why is it better than like the Avengers, like Infinity War and Endgame? Like why is it
I mean,
better
I
than
I
those
love
ones?
I love Endgame, but I think just the way they introduced the move or the hero, and just the all out format of the movie, and like we got things in Black Panther that were the first time we've ever gotten it. And like for one, it was the all black cast. That was cool as shit to see. But
Well,
just the
that's
all
not
out,
true.
like, it was
There were
true. It was
two
the
white
first,
guys in there,
but it was the first all black cast. Like that was the big thing about the movie.
but they casted two white guys.
Supporting
Yeah, I know,
cast
but
though.
like the porting
Oh,
cast,
okay,
like it
okay,
was
my
the first
fault.
all black,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And but just the all out layout of the movie, I loved it. I liked the jokes that they had in it. They didn't keep it serious. There were serious parts. Then you got to see him, like, even though he was this big, powerful king, he would still froze because of a girl. Like, it was cool to see. Like, they kept little things like that in it, but just all out, it's personally my favorite movie. I don't know, just everything attracts me back to that movie.
That's fair. I'm not gonna say you're wrong because I mean, one, it's opinion based, and two, you're not wrong. So I'll give you it.
Let's see what TikTok has to say about that, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. My number one is Endgame, and I mean, so I truly believe that Infinity War and Endgame could be flip flopped for one and two, but that's just my opinion. Um, I understand why people do put Infinity War above Endgame. I really do. I like it's the first time the villain won. Like that's huge. Like that's crazy. The writing was beautiful. The reason why Endgame is my number one is because I've always been the final battle kind of guy. Like it's it's the best action in my opinion. Like you can't beat it. And we got, an iconic ending from Iron Man. I think that the time travel was cool. I thought it was cool that like how they did it. Um, I just thought it was a phenomenal movie, and like you guys said, I bawled my eyes out. Like obviously, I had some emotional attachment to that movie. So, you know, altogether, that's my number one.
All right. And for my number one, I'm gonna go with the other Avengers movie that is named Infinity
Age
War.
of Age of Ultron.
Yep, Age of Ultron.
I love that movie, though. Age of Ultron was hard.
It was all right.
It was
I liked
bad.
it.
It was
I
funny.
liked it.
But
It
anyway,
was cool.
Infinity War. Yeah, really good movie because kind of like Jane said, like he's more of like a final battle kind of guy. So like this was like really like for I guess 10 years because it came out in 2018 for like the 10 years that we've had the MCU like it was building to this movie.
This moment, yeah.
Yeah, so like and then like Thanos came like I mean it's I don't want to say it's rare but like when for the movie to be called Avengers and then the villain takes over the movie, like, I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and he's badass. Thanos was badass. He was right.
Yeah.
Half of humanity had to go. You know what I'm saying? Um, Thor's entrance in Wakanda still gives me goosebumps to this day.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
Where is Thanos?
Yeah. Um, it was like I said, very shocking because like who they chose to kill off, and then like who like because like at that time
Right.
that time there was no like well besides from after he snapped like
My
there was
man
no
Loki.
bringing anybody back like I mean with Loki like that was a shock.
Right.
Rest in peace for James's character. But then also like Gamora from Guardians.
Right.
I'm trying to think who else freaking died, but even like who got snapped? Like Black Panther got snapped.
Peter Parker.
Spider-Man, Star-Lord,
Yeah.
like the whole Guardians
Doctor
besides
Strange.
Literally
Doctor
besides
fucking Strange
like,
got snapped.
That one was
yeah.
the crazy
No,
one to
that
me.
one
I was
was
like, he was the
that
one
one
that
was
knew
really crazy.
everything. Like,
I mean, I also think the Spider-Man one was pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, to be honest, like, it was all insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like when we saw it, like it did get spoiled for me.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so like I knew when we went to go see it, I knew what was gonna happen.
see, the thing is, Ty,
But
is because
just
you messed up. You talk to too many people and you get on social media. When things
no no
like
no
that
no
come
no no
out,
no
I
no
don't
no.
go to people
So
like
let
that.
me no. Let me tell you exactly what happened. All right. So this guy that I knew in high school, he worked at the movie theater, and then so like they did like a test screening of it, whatever. So he saw it like we saw it like Friday night, and then he saw it like fucking like Wednesday or Tuesday, like some early ass fucking day. So he comes up to me and my friend group, and like he's a little asshole. He fucking comes up to me, I'm like, bro, I just watched the fucking like Avenger movie, bro. Like, and then like you want to like know all about it, and then we're all like, no, fuck off. And then he proceeds to be like, oh, okay, well, Loki dies, fucking like all these people die,
Oh, I would
and
have
I was like,
socked him right off the head, bro.
Right.
Don't say Loki died. Uppercut,
yeah.
boy.
So
Yeah,
luckily,
disrespectful.
yeah. So luckily, when we saw End Game, I was out of high school at that point and didn't have to deal with that motherfucker ever again.
Right.
Um, but yeah, no. Even knowing like what was gonna happen, just seeing how everything executed was fucking like beautiful to me. So yeah,
No, that's fair.
so that's why it's at my number one. All right.
Solid.
Cool. Yeah.
Those are not bad lists
Yep.
whatsoever from any side.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. We
Think
need
y'all
some
gonna
we
pick
need some
one body part.
controversial picks so we can put it on TikTok and get a lot of hate for it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I
They're
think that's
literally-
gonna come into mine.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. I think y'all might have a solid, semi-close one.
I think Multiverse of Madness was top 5.
That's funny.
So should we
I
do
love that movie. That's another movie I go back to
Yeah,
a lot. I actually
I like
really
that
like
movie
that
too. I just don't
I thought that shit was solid.
I hated that
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
hated it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I
Miss-
mean it's the
I
same
hate
thing with not you guys. I won't say Jaden with Tyler.
Thanks, buddy.
With
Thank
Thor.
you.
I think the new Thor it's not as bad as you think. Like I get you. I think Zeus could have been more serious, but I don't think it was pretty good.
I think it was a good movie.
But
Yeah.
even like
It
I don't
wasn't
know.
shit.
But I understand why people hate it. Like I really do. I just don't care enough to hate it. Like I thought it was good. I can get past what everybody else hates. That's why I like it. But that's just
should we do sleepers
We'll reverse it. Oh,
first?
I forgot about that. But yeah, let's do that.
Our kind
So
of
let's.
explain
Do y'all
what
want
it is,
to
I
do
guess.
one or two? Okay, so sleeper. So it's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's a movie that we love a lot that other people wouldn't really go to as like a favorite. Like it's a real personal favorite. So like not I don't know how else to explain it, but that's basically the premise. Do we want to do one or two movies?
I suppose we could do 2. I only have 1 in mind, but yeah, we could do 2.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Do we want to keep the circle and then we'll reverse once we go to worst movies?
yeah, sure.
That's
All right,
cool.
so James, what's one of your movie sleepers?
So one of my movie sleepers, I think not too many people talk about it, but Iron Man 2. I really liked Iron Man 2.
That's
I
fair.
thought because Iron Man 1 was cool and all. I loved Iron Man 1. I mean, can't. It's a classic. It was the first one.
Right.
But Iron Man 2, we kind of got to see the better Tony Stark. You know, we got to see like his more, oh, this is where I am. Well, this is how I'm gonna make the suit get on me now. You know, like he had a new way of transforming, and like that's when we started seeing like from movie to movie he started getting better. So that was cool, and I thought the character was cool too, or the villain was cool too.
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think people don't realize how good the movie is. And
Yeah.
then, like, on top of that, we see how human Tony Stark really is because
Mhm.
he has a human problem. He has PTSD from the wormhole. Like, it's
That's
one of the
Iron Man
first.
3.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Man 3.
Oh, never mind then. It's just a solid movie. Yeah, you're right. That's why I like Iron Man 3 because, yeah. Anyway, I still agree. I think the second one
Yeah,
is.
Iron Man 2 is dope.
He has some trouble though. There is.
He has alcoholism in number 2.
That's what it is. That's right. Yeah.
Which we
Nah,
supported.
There's nothing wrong with getting a little drunk, but just please drink
No.
responsibly.
Is
Just don't drive.
the scene where he's in the restaurant and has that is number
That's
3.
Iron Man 3. Yeah.
Yep, you're right. You're right. I don't know why, but you know the scene where they are at the restaurant and it's like the race, and
Yeah.
I merged the two, but I do agree it is a solid movie. I think it's underrated.
Yeah.
I'll go with Ant-Man. It was the first.
That's a solid
Did Guardians come out first or did Ant-Man come out first?
one. Guardians came out first.
Okay, so it was one of the first comedic relief movies. It's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd killed his part. The movie was funny, but it was serious when it needed to be. Like the villain was good. It was Yellow Jacket. The way that they introduced Ant-Man was, I don't know. It was just a solid movie. It didn't do crazy amounts to where like it was setting up for something huge like any of the Avengers, but I don't know. I just think it's a very underrated movie, and I think there's great qualities all across the board with that movie.
So one of my sleepers that I feel like kind of gets lost within the I guess the MCU realm is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay, I was gonna say don't say it, Ty.
No.
That's fair.
So because obviously everybody talks
You're
up
right,
No Way
yeah.
Home. Homecoming, like, I mean, I've gone on record with Jaden on saying that I wasn't the biggest fan of Homecoming.
Can't stand that movie.
I mean,
Far From Home was cool though.
it was all right.
Like-
There was a lot of problems that I had with it, but a lot of those problems that I did have with it were fixed in Far From Home. And I even said that. I was like, wow, like, I mean, there were still some issues with the movie. But it made me kind of like Tom Holland's Spider-Man a little bit more. Spider-Man, like, I think Spider-Man has like the best arsenal of villains within the MCU. Even if you say, oh yeah, it's like technically Tony Stark villain and they're putting it there, it's like, okay, yeah, but like just going based off them, like, I mean, Michael Keaton killed Vulture, and then Jake Gyllenhaal killed it with fucking Mysterio. That whole like illusion scene was so fucking dope, and then he got hit by the train at the end, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that one's crazy.
So, and yeah, it's pretty solid. And then he finally got this fucking spider sense, which made me very happy.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my
I mean,
problems.
you have the iconic scenes where he's in the thingy making the suit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was pretty badass to see, and it kind of showed like, really. I mean, Homecoming did it in a way too, but it showed that he really didn't need Iron Man.
Right.
And that was kind of one of my issues with Homecoming. But yeah, it showed that he's like, okay, well, Iron Man's gone. I gotta step up. And so it's a solid film.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, I don't know why that movie does go under the radar, because it's better than a lot of movies, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, James, do you have a second sleeper for us?
My second sleeper would actually be Age of Ultron. I don't see your guys' problem with
it's
it.
terrible.
I said it was all right.
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's kind of cool. Like, we get to see like a Jarvis mixed with, you know, a villain as well, and then you get Vision. I mean, we get introduced to Vision. You know, that's we get Wanda. Like it was solid.
I'll tell you the reason why I am not a fan of it. I think Ultron should have been way more powerful than what they made him out to be. They made him terrible. Like Ultron is in
Whooping their
a
ass all movie until the
yeah.
very end.
Here's the thing
They
though.
had to get
He's
Vision.
so much more. Right. Like that's cool and all, but Ultron as a villain is just so much more and I don't think they used him to his full potential. I hate I think it's so stupid how the way to calm down the Hulk now is Natasha singing him a lullaby. I think that's dumb. That's super stupid. Um, they kill off Quicksilver. That's super dumb. Like, how are you gonna introduce a brand new character like finally to the MCU and then kill him? Like, that's dumb. I don't know. It was just so boring too.
It was because he was part of
That
X-Men
was
at that
War.
point, so they had to kill him off.
They kept Wanda though.
But Wanda technically, like, I mean, yeah, she's tied with the X-Men, but like they never used her in any of the films, so they were allowed to use
but like
Wanda.
still, like I liked Quicksilver and they killed him and I was upset. If you already knew you're gonna kill him off, how dare you even put him in? That made me sad. I liked
'Cause you have
Quicksilver
to.
and I liked that version a lot too. I liked that actor. But I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
I
I
just think
think
the
it's
film
a,
is boring too.
it was good. I don't see your problem with it. It was cool.
All
It
right,
was all right.
Jaden, what is your second sleeper?
Oh yeah. Oh, Shang Chi. I I've heard a lot of random hate on it. Not a lot.
I don't know why.
I don't either. Like it was beautifully made. Like the picture was phenomenal. I
I just
think
watched it the other night.
yeah, I think even like the writing was really really good. I think the actors killed their part. I think the action in it was really really good. I thought the whole war at the end was dope. Like I don't know. I thought it was underrated, and I mean I still do. I don't think it gets as much love as it should. And then at the end we see like them being recruited, so like that just makes it cooler. So I don't know. I just thought it was a great film.
Well, Shang-Chi was also my sleeper.
Oh,
Yeah, I really liked Shang-Chi a lot. Um, yeah, like I think like visually, like it was fucking beautiful. I think like some of the fight scenes and the choreography was some of the best that we've seen in the MCU, or at least in recent MCU.
Isn't Shang-Chi Phase 4?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
it's just crazy. Like I would have put it as a sleeper, but like I don't think it's a sleeper. That's why I didn't put it in because like I just
Well,
think it's a great fucking film, and I
right.
didn't think many people really hated on it.
Yeah, no, I saw it was super random hate too. Like I
That's
didn't
crazy.
I thought it was amazing. And
I
so
think
to
it's
even
because a
see
lot of
the ending
people
hate,
like realize that they like it, and then they're like, well, because to me personally, like if it wasn't for Spider-Man No Way Home, it would be the best project that would come out of Phase 4. Or at
Hmm.
least to my knowledge, I can't think. There's so much in fucking Phase 4.
I don't know because I don't think Shang-Chi beats out Multiverse of Madness. I'm gonna be honest, but I love Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, no, or at least in my opinion, it beats
I'm
it.
gonna watch both because
Um,
I don't know.
but yeah, no, the story was cool. It still had some of like the modern, well, like kind of the MCU like type humor shit, and
Right. Like
that
I think one of the best things was bringing Trevor into that movie. Like the
I I
yeah,
guess
I thought he was hilarious.
at least like if you're gonna do the comedy, you have like that character for the comedy relief.
Right.
Um, but like when Shang-Chi's like explaining his backstory on the plane, and then the fucking airline attendant interrupts it, that kind of pissed me off.
I thought that
Um,
was funny.
I thought that was really
well,
sorry.
because she's a
You know we
bitch.
had
Because like, why did you like? interrupt him talking to be like, oh, do you want like beef or
That's what
chicken?
they
And
do
then
on-
and
yeah,
then
no,
they were
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
I want
yeah.
beef, and then fucking, oh, we're out of beef. Like, why the fuck did you offer the beef then? Like, you
That's
bitch.
the funny part, bro.
Yeah, because
Interrupted his dark backstory so he so
the
that he
reason
doesn't even
it's
get what he
funny-
wants.
The reason it's funny is because it actually happens. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing on the plane. They will make sure they lock eye contact with you and be like, peanuts,
I
soda, like, drink.
I guess so.
That's why it's
Um,
funny.
But yeah, no, yeah, the characters were dope. I was really happy that it did well in the box office
Right.
because at that point, that was when like we weren't really sure if fucking movie theaters were gonna like really
Yeah.
open up. And they used it as a test, and like all the actors and like actresses like were like pretty much like, how dare you use us as a test, basically. Be like, because they like kind of were expecting Shang Chi to fail when it fucking blew up, and that's what made it fucking hella dope. And it blew up to the point where fucking like movies were being pulled forward to fucking game release. Like I remember like fucking Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Fucking was like supposed to release like in April, and then it fucking got pushed up all the way to fucking October. So fucking just the fact that it had that impact, yeah, for fucking not even just superhero films, but just cinema entirely,
Right,
is fucking just crazy to me. And the fact that it's like kind of slept on is crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because you're not ever gonna hear anybody say that Shang-Chi is their top 5. You might not even hear them say it's a top 10 movie.
Oh yeah.
So like that's why I believe it's a sleeper. Is because a majority of people I don't believe say that. But anyways, now let's get into the worst Marvel movies. The 5 worst in our opinions.
I'm excited to hear your opinions, boys. Remember, whatever you say is wrong.
All right, Ty. Well, you're up first. What do you believe is the 5th worst movie? So not the worst one. What's your 5th worst MCU movie?
To me personally, it has to go to the Black Widow movie. Oh no, James has that face. I'm like, I liked
I'm not
it.
saying that's I'm not me personally. I don't mind it, but that's a very controversial one right there.
Yeah.
Black...
yeah.
Really? I hear a lot of people didn't like Black Widow.
I didn't like it, yeah, but I heard some people. It's like, oh, that's the departure story, and it was like so lovely. That's all I hear about.
No, it to me it wasn't really a departure story because like to me it would be like, oh, if, well, granted, like it was a prequel technically, but like to me it would be like, oh, if she like, you know, like ran off to the sunset, did all this shit. No, she's just fucking finding Captain America, doing whatever. I thought the fucking I thought the characters were kind of dumb, to be honest. Like Red Guardian's fucking stupid. I didn't like Elaine, or is that her name? Yeah. Yeah, her sister. I don't know. Everybody has such a hard on for her, and like I just don't see it.
She's hot as hell. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like, but like,
I think she killed her part. That's me personally. Like, I actually think she's one of the only good things that came from the movie. That's my opinion.
I guess. I don't know. To me, and we had this conversation kind of last night, where like when we talk about superheroes that don't have really powers, that like you kind of look at them as like a realistic, like in a realistic setting. And I kind of did the same thing for Black Widow, and a lot of it was just fucking like she fell from like, I want to say like a 20-story building and landed on her feet
Got up, bro.
and got up.
Yeah, just went like this and looked up like a spider.
And so that's why I was like, what the fuck? And then I don't know, and it was kind of, I hated Taskmaster. Taskmaster was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And there was just a lot of like I didn't like the writing, and fucking. It was also one of like the first movies that I was like, oh my god, their product is getting worse and worse with their quality. Well,
that was the first Marvel, I think only Marvel movie also that released
on Disney
exclusively
Plus.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
which
that's why, because they
got
was like,
a
this is
lot of
garbage. Here
backlash.
y'all go. Like, we did a lot of crappy
But
shit.
what's
So
crazy too is because I mean I say that it fucking declined in quality, but fucking I mean Shang Chi came after that,
Right.
and I mean Shang Chi like I want to say like the forest scene was like not that good, but other than that,
Well, even
everything
then,
else was good.
the only part of that movie that was like gross was when the dude fell off a cliff, and you could tell that that whole background was green screened. Like
Yeah,
there was one where I was like, "Ooh, that's gross." But
yeah,
then again, like everything else got better. But
yeah.
yeah,
No, definitely was not a fan of Black Widow, and like I said, because it's Black Widow. I mean James has been on record saying this, I believe, maybe in the podcast. I don't know, but I feel like they could have done Black Widow way better than that.
right.
yeah, I've said
So
that, and they could have done Hawkeye better.
Yeah.
so I'm with Ty. That's my number 5. I The movie was boring. It was trash. Like the writing was terrible. The villain was worse. How do you make the villain worse than the garbage writing? I don't know, but they did it. Um, there, it was just a gross movie. They didn't do good with it, and I agree with both y'all that they did Black Widow dirty. Ty mainly summed up everything, so like, I'm agreeing. Terrible movie.
All right, James. Everything when it's James on a list, I'm always like, what is he gonna say?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the one I'm scared of. Is Captain America 1. I hated the
Captain
movie
America,
inside and
the
out.
first Avenger, as his number
I don't
5.
think
That's
the
so
only
wild.
good thing we got from that movie was Captain America was introduced to me. I honestly, I thought the whole movie, like, I
So
still
so
to this
real
day, I
quick.
fall asleep to it.
So me and Jonah were talking about Captain America, and we believe that the reason that the movie that why people don't like that movie is because of the time period it is set in. It is set in World War II. It's just another World War
No,
II movie.
because here's the thing. I've told you I love World War II. I love World War One. So if it was that kind of thing, like I would love it.
Right.
I just thought the movie All Out was very, very boring.
Hmm.
And I felt like throughout the time of them releasing Captain America movies, they've gotten better. But I remember the first one and I fell asleep.
Hmm.
Peter fell asleep, and then my dad and mom both said they're like, this was really bad. Like it was the first movie that I went to in my family that we instantly regretted going to the movie.
Wow.
Like it was just a really bad movie. And I
See,
mean, I've tried it over and over. I can't love for it. It's boring.
so and this isn't me being biased because when the first couple times seeing that movie, I agree it was boring, it was slow, it wasn't the best movie. Um, but I recently watched it, and there's a lot of good in that movie, and this is why I believe that the reason is the time period. I think that's the main thing. I think acting across the board was phenomenal from everybody. I think the villain was really good. I thought the whole plot, the why is he doing it, like I that's why I don't agree. Like I have a list right now, and I think it's like somewhere in the middle of my movies because I don't know. Me personally, I think if you look at the acting, everybody does really really good. If you look at the plot, really really good. Like I don't know. So I don't agree with you. But I
And
mean,
it's crazy. Like
I
it
do
was
see
funny because I was looking.
why people say it's a boring movie. I understand.
Like it was funny because looking through all of them, like the next four, I have worse than Captain America. But I was like, I was looking at them and like all the movies, I was like, it's really easily like Captain America is definitely in my bottom five. Like it's just that's how easily it made the list. But I knew it wasn't going to be the worst because there are
Right.
movies I won't watch over it.
Right.
But it's definitely number six for sure.
Number 6.
Well, like
Number 5.
yeah, no, five, no, six. Yeah, because we
Nope.
did top five. It'd be six, and then
No,
never
it'd
mind.
be 5, 4,
James, we're
3,
only
2,
doing
1.
5
Well, yeah,
movies.
but in my mind, it's out of the 10. So
Oh,
I'm doing
okay.
like, yeah, that's how it's listed on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see
Then
what
we
you're saying.
have top five.
and then you just connected the list. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I got you. All right, Ty, what's your fourth worst movie?
Number 4. That's going to be Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk. Originally, we've had conversations. Originally, I had this at my absolute worst.
Yeah.
Because I felt like shit's not really canon. Never feel like it was canon. The only thing that was really, I guess,
Because of Iron Man.
Iron Man, and then I guess Ross.
Yeah, that's literally that's what makes it canon.
Literally. And it's still like that because I guess Abomination's there now with She-Hulk. But no, I actually watched it and it's still but it's not as as I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad they. I don't know. I don't really know what else to describe it. Yeah, the actor. Mark Ruffalo is what. He's all right too. But I just heard Norton was really hard to work with and stuff like that. So
I love the new Hulk actor, Mark.
Yeah, I love Mark. I think he does very good.
I just don't like bitch Hulk. That's all That's all I don't like.
Hulk, but I don't. It's not his fault.
Right.
No,
yeah.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
But
and even then, even though that they wrote him like that, he doesn't do bad at it either.
It would be so funny when he would struggle to get him to come out and be like, stop doing this to me. And they would start fighting. I feel like
no,
he portrayed that perfectly. Arguing back and forth.
Yeah,
he's just great.
Mark is very good at his job. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 4 is the Incredible Hulk.
That's fair. So my number 4 is the first Thor movie. It did not.
First Thor movie.
Yeah, no, I did not.
The first one wasn't even that bad.
Right.
No,
it was bad. Solid.
No.
You got to see
Thor
come to.
I couldn't stand it.
You couldn't stand it?
Here's the reason why. Because it's the same reason why you put Captain America where you did. It's boring to me. It's not. It's lame. Because if you think about it, a majority of the movie is just Thor walking around in New Mexico. Because from when he got there, then he realized, oh, my hammer's here. He goes to the hammer for a little bit, finds out he's not worthy. And then what does he do? He walks around New Mexico again. That's it. And then you kind of see what's going on in Asgard. And it's boring too. Odin's asleep. The mom's watching over him. Loki's the only one doing anything. Loki's the only reason why anybody says that movie is good.
I love Loki.
No, that's fair. But I remember watching it and I was just like, bro, this is bad. Literally Loki's the only thing good of that movie because it's the plot twist between him. It's not even Thor. You see, Thor's character arc. That's cool because everybody needs that in a first first movie for a new character, whatever. Jane was all right. I could get behind it.
Y'all put too much hate on Jane.
Okay, no, I don't. She did, like I said, she did all right. It's in the second movie that she bombs it. She loses all respect, in my opinion, as Jane Foster, and I hate her. But that's for another time. Yeah, Loki's the only thing good of that movie. Eric was cool, and I think Darcy's funny. Jane's lame. Thor's lame.
Fucking hate Darcy.
Hawkeye's solid, and that's saying something because he was there for 5 minutes. Coulson did good. Loki did the best job out of anyone. I'll give Chris Hemsworth his credit because he portrayed Thor very, very well, especially coming from an arrogant son of a king to becoming a humbled, quote-unquote, person for a time being. You know what I mean? So, I very poor movie. Not a good movie. It's literally Thor walking around New Mexico, and who even cares about New Mexico?
New Mexico is kind of nice.
Okay, you drive through New Mexico one time, and
Heisenberg's there.
Boring movie. I don't like it, but that's me.
Okay.
James, what's your number 4 or your number 7? I guess.
Yeah. It's Iron Man 3.
Iron Man
Ah,
3.
Uh, love
2 years
Iron
ago, I would have agreed.
Man. Really don't like that movie. I don't
James,
know.
You're kind of soft. You sound soft.
I don't know.
there we
I don't
go.
know what it is about that movie. It just I can't get behind it. I don't know. It throws me off. Maybe it's the constant PTSD of like him looking back at like New York and shit like that. Um, but I don't know. It just throws me off. Not a
See,
big fan of it.
like I said, I would have agreed with you a couple years ago, because I hated that movie. I thought it was terrible. But then I watched it again in recent years, and that's one of the reasons why I think the movie is better than what I used to think. Is because of the PTSD. Is because we see Iron Man, the invincible Iron Man, human. We see his human side.
You thought he was.
I can't hear you.
What did you say?
I don't think he was the invincible Iron
No,
Man.
okay. It's just his name. It's like the Amazing Spider. It's just one of his names. Like if you look up the Invincible, I guess it was a poor choice of words for you,
No,
but
I'm just saying I don't think he got to that.
yeah,
You know?
okay. I guess you're right. What I'm trying to say is I think like it's good because we see Tony go through a very, very human struggle. It it's what's eating him alive. I think the acting that Robert did in that movie was phenomenal. I think he portrayed PTSD very, very well. Um, but I
How do
mean,
you know?
well, because I don't know. It just seems like he. When I think
You've been through
PTSD,
it, dog.
Ha-
bro, you
You
don't know
need
what
to
I've
talk.
been through.
have you been through a
I've
space
been
portal?
multiple. It's rough. No, I'm just kidding. Um, so I do see like a few problems in Iron Man 3 still. I think Killian as the villain is lame. I think
Yeah, and I think the villain all
Mandarin
around, like, yeah, I thought it was kind of weird. Like, we kind of made the villain out to be
Mandarin.
like a terrorist,
Yeah.
like the fucking Al Qaeda. Like, why are
Right.
we literally
Oh my. Yeah, you're gonna have
like
to
that?
do all of that again.
One more time,
I said
please.
it looked like we was trying to take down ISIS in Iron Man 3. Like they were doing and like it sounds funny, but you got to think what
Yeah.
goes on in their team.
No, you're right.
They murder people, behead people. Like so, kind of threw me off. I'm like, why is Iron? Like, I didn't get it.
You need Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you do need more.
One more.
Then
You
you need to
need
fix
better
your Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
I think it's because my phone's on 10%.
Oh my. Um, I understand. Like I get it.
All right. Well,
All right, Ty.
yeah,
Number 3.
let's say while James figures out his phone. Number 3 for me is a tough one. I've actually, as y'all were kind of talking, I've been debating on my 1 and or
Right.
my 3 and 2. Um, but for 3, I'm gonna go with Captain Marvel as my third worst.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing?
He's eating.
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
Oh, I just
Um,
saw the bag.
yeah. No, yeah,
It's time
Captain.
for a midnight snack.
All 3 of these movies to me are like so forgettable, and Captain Marvel is one of those ones I like. That's so forgettable. I forgot the plot. I just know I don't even know how she really became. She just found out that fucking or people were evil. The scrolls are nice now. Which I mean, I guess that's whatever. That leads to Secret Invasion, I guess.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's forgettable. I don't even really remember the film.
Yeah.
I just know that a lot of people don't like it. I hate that fucking, it's, I guess, the origin story of how Nick Fury lost his eye. And then
That's
and
the
then you
only
look
reason
back,
I
and
like
then
it.
Well, but then you look back in Winter Soldier, and then he's like, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." And then
Yeah, that's
fucking
why it's hilarious.
yeah,
It's a
but I don't
cat.
want it to be hilarious. I want fucking Nick Fury to be this badass motherfucker, and
He
you're
is.
telling me that you
Because of a cat, he lost all trust in everybody and became a secret spy.
no,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
see, that's the point. I don't want it to be hilarious. I want it to
Well,
be. I want him to
it's
be fucking
too
badass and
bad.
serious, like
Too
he is in the
bad.
fucking comics and everywhere else.
Yeah, well, you
Sorry
know.
that I can't like what can't have what I want. I guess like always.
Yeah, not
But
in this universe.
no, yeah, it's just fucking. I don't know. I mean, I don't really mind Brie Larson. I know you don't like her, but I mean, I don't mind her. I guess I think she does well for her role as Captain Marvel. I don't really like Captain Marvel as a character. So
Ty going in right now, boy.
Right.
I just don't. I don't know. I've always hated the fucking. It's one thing to be
Because,
like overpowered, and I don't know. It's
Right.
one thing to be overpowered, but then when you're fucking arrogant about it, like fuck you, like. But you're supposed to be because like why would you not be arrogant?
Right.
You know,
Right.
you tell him, Ty,
I'm
tell him
fucking
how you
like I'm
feel, bro.
Superman. Like what the fuck are you gonna do? You know, like.
Right.
Tell
But
us how
whatever.
you
Yeah.
But yeah, Captain Marvel #3.
I agree. That is my number 3 as well. I I can't stand Brie Larson as a
Can't
superhero
stand.
now. No, she's terrible. She is really, really bad at being Captain Marvel. Really bad.
God.
I just recently watched this movie, so it's still fresh in my brain. Unfortunately, it's Brie
You
Larson.
never watched Captain Marvel until now?
No,
No,
I
we saw
just
it in theaters
recently
together.
watched it.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a
No,
long time to
no,
not watch.
no. Yeah, I just recently watched it, and it's really like Brie Larson only has one facial expression throughout the entire movie. Besides her straight face, it's the little arrogant smirk saying "I'm better than you." It's the and I hate it. I hate it
Oh
so
my
much. I think
God,
she does
he's
so
so
terrible.
mad.
I can't stand because it could have been good. Because I watched that movie and I saw the potential, and then they would back it up
You
with
always see
trash.
so much potential in everything.
Yeah, because it has
I want
potential.
you to sit down and look at my life because man, you gonna give me so much inspiration with how much
Here's
What?
potential I have.
let's sit down in a room together, and it'll be
You
a
have
therapy
so
session.
much
I ch-
potential, James.
I got you, dog. I I can help you.
Hey,
Um,
I actually changed my mind. I just realized that Captain Marvel punched an old lady in the movie, so I got to take it out of the top 5.
you're
It's
so
top five now, honestly.
Yeah.
Punch no lady.
dumb.
That's
I don't care
inside the
if it was a
bonus points.
scroll.
I will tell you right now what the best part of that movie is, and it's the Stan Lee tribute. That's the best thing out of that movie.
See, I don't even remember
The
the
movie's
Stanley tribute.
yeah. It's sad that it had to be that movie, huh?
James didn't even know.
Yeah. In the beginning of the like, you know how it shows Marvel and it shows like all the scenes
Oh,
inside.
yeah, yeah.
It's all Stan Lee instead, and it says, like for
Well,
Stan whatever.
Rest in peace.
why the fuck did they not do that for fucking Endgame?
Don't know,
Because that was
but
his last film that he was in.
it's really unfortunate that Captain Marvel happened to be the Stan Lee tribute section, but that was the best part of that movie. The plot's terrible, so I'll give you,
Jaden's
a
going more
refresher.
in than I did.
Yeah,
Jesus
no, because
Christ.
I hate this movie, and it would be my number one if these next two movies weren't so very bad. Like they're
I'm interested because I
I
feel like we have similar. I feel like a lot of us are gonna have the same number one.
yeah, I was gonna say. Well, we all know what it's gonna be, but
Yeah, so the plot's terrible. So if I'll remind you of what it is. So basically she wakes up and she's Captain Marvel off bat. And then we only find out what her origin, yeah, off bat. Then we find out what her origin actually is at the end of the movie. So we don't actually get an origin story until the last 15 minutes of the movie. So there's the number one problem. Number two, what happens is she shoots a spaceship, it blows up, and it's like Hulk, how all of the energy goes inside of her, and then she becomes a superhero and forgets everything that she ever went through. So now she's reminded of this because a Skrull came in, and now she realizes her people are evil and the Skrull are good, and now she doesn't know what she's doing. But hold on, a little girl talks her
Oh
into
wait, there's
a
more.
superhero. Exactly. Terrible. It's a terrible plot. Nick Fury's the only good character inside of the movie. Everything is terrible. Brie Larson shouldn't have been casted as Captain Marvel. Whoever directed that movie or wrote it should have been fired once they turned in the script. It was terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Terrible movie.
All right, James. Let's
That is my take.
you can do it while Jaden cools off over there. God damn.
I'm cool because it is cold
So
over here.
mine is Thor: The Dark World.
Terrible movie.
Yeah, I think I need to explain it.
Yeah,
It was bad.
It was really bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. So, but I feel like y'all done enough explaining.
Right.
So we can say this one bad.
I guess I will move on.
I'll probably pop off again.
Number 2 for me is Eternals.
Wow.
Yeah. Eternals is my number 2. Is probably the only movie in the MCU where I've actually like fallen asleep in the movie theater. It was too fucking long.
Yeah.
And I understand why, because you had to develop all these characters. But in reality, I don't give a fuck about any of the characters.
Right.
They're all fucking like Justice League fucking ripoffs.
Yep.
They are. You had fucking Superman. You had fucking Death Flash, which she was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, she might have been the only hard character.
But then fucking, I don't know. You just had fucking like the plot was like half of the movie was just fucking them assembling them for no fucking reason. And then fucking, you just fucking, I mean, there was like one cool character, I guess. Fucking I didn't understand anything. All of a sudden fucking wannabe Superman is fucking, I'm evil. And then, which I've always fucking hate when shit like that happens. Which, I mean, which maybe isn't good because, Pixar is like, or Disney is all about that.
Right.
But, yeah, no, it's just a fucking boring ass film. There's nothing to it. Like, I hated fucking Sprite's bitch ass.
Yeah. She was terrible.
Oh my god, I fucking hated the character. She was such a bitch.
Yep, she was the worst.
Other than that, yeah. And then the only reason I put it above fucking Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel is because fucking, at least, kind of the same reason I said for She-Hulk or Hulk. Like before I actually watched it again, is fucking, at least Captain Marvel is like fucking relevant. Like, right. What the fuck are the Eternals? And right. what are they gonna do? Ain't like we've been talking about fucking like the Avengers in like phase 6 and whatever, all this shit. Ain't nobody brought up, what are the Eternals gonna do for fucking, these movies? Like, ain't nobody have brought them up. That's how fucking irrelevant these motherfuckers are.
That's fair. All right, now Ty's turn to cool down while I pop off because Thor: The Dark World is my second worst movie. I hate that movie worse than Captain Marvel, obviously, because it's my number 2. Jane Foster's a bitch. She's terrible.
So bad.
No. Hate her. Terrible. Terrible.
He's dope.
Awful.
I think he's sleeping. I didn't really.
The
reason I hated the movie was not Jane. I've never disliked Jane.
Yeah. Here's the thing. How dare you be sick and then Thor brings you to Asgard and you disrespect the king of Asgard? Who does she think she is?
She thinks she's
a real ass bitch. Come on now.
No, she's not.
That is literally females. You take them anywhere, and if they're pissed off, they will let you know that they are pissed off, no matter who you are. If you're Barack Obama or Jesus.
Yeah, so
they will let you know.
Yeah, and I'm letting Marvel know that she did terrible. I'm letting everybody, whoever watches this, know she's terrible. She was garbage. Everything about that movie was terrible. whoever brings up the Dark Elves as a villain, it's not even a villain. It is a group. Like, they couldn't. I guarantee you, if you look into the Thor comics, there are plenty of villains. I guarantee it. One of Thor comics are, there's so many. You couldn't choose a single villain. You had to choose a group of elves. You chose dark elves as a villain. That's terrible. Terrible writing. Boring. Everybody to trash. Thor was garbage too. Everyone was trash. I hated the movie. That's it.
All right, James. Number 2 for you.
So mine's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. All right.
Good choice for a bad movie.
I think the only thing I'll say, because y'all pretty much covered everything else. The thing I didn't like about the movie is, as you said, we didn't find out the origin till the end, but I didn't like how it kept flip-flopping. Like, there would be one moment she'd be fighting, and out of nowhere, like, she would fly into, like, a brick wall or something, and then, like, the whole screen would go black. And then she'd wake up, and it's a whole different time period, and they, like, went back in time to view or to go through this section. And then they would go back to where she, and it's like, where the fuck are y'all? Like, I would get such a big headache watching that movie.
I might need to rewatch Miss Marvel.
No, you don't. Don't rewatch it.
No, you don't.
Give yourself some time.
It keeps jumping through, like,
Because he says
her
this, and I'm
past
like,
and her
what
present.
the fuck? What kind of movie has
It's because she gets like knocked hard enough to where she's like thinking
Travels
about what
back
her
in
previous
time?
life is. Well, back
like,
in time,
she's
it's like
arguing-
what. Yeah, it's what her actual life was. It was
Yeah.
just
So,
previous
like,
memories.
you learn about her life throughout, and she gets beat the fuck up pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
it's
super dumb. Don't watch the
it's
movie,
terrible.
man.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
I don't know why I rewatched it.
I don't either.
It's terrible.
All right.
All right, Ty, what's your number one?
My number 1 is Black Panther. No, just kidding. It's not Black Panther.
Hey, yeah.
Bro, we would have went through it as a podcast.
Bro, this
It would have been a fucking 5-hour podcast
Sports were going to
episode.
be tied, bro.
No,
It's going to be worse than the Daredevil talk we had last night.
Right.
no, my number 1 is Thor: The Dark World.
Good choice.
So like I said, for Eternals, that is the movie, or the only movie that where I felt falling asleep in the movie theaters while watching, or like Marvel wise. At least I finished the movie. I've not, to this day, I have not finished Thor: The Dark World, because that's how fucking boring it is. Like, I know what happens. Like, I have not finished that fucking movie. It's so boring. Like Jaden said, Jaden is shocked that I have not finished this movie.
More shocked that I never knew this.
I talk about it all the time how I fucking have never finished this movie.
Why?
But yeah, no, like you said, I thought the elves were stupid. I mean, the writing was bad. I didn't have a problem with Jane Foster, but I saw why people had a problem with Jane Foster. She was a little bit of a bitch.
Not just a little bit.
But
She was.
It's okay though, because she's bad, so it's fine.
No, you know why it's okay? It's because she's dead.
Shut the fuck up with that.
Is she though?
Shut up. As of right now, she's dead, and I'm happy.
No, I guess you didn't watch the end.
I watched the end. As of right now, she's dead. She's in heaven. As of right now, that's what I'm saying. I know the theories. I know all of that. But as of right now, let me be happy with her being dead.
No, bro, he was fucking. So, by the way, James, when we saw fucking Love and Thunder together, fucking, so like the after credit scene where she fucking goes in the fucking Valhalla. This motherfucker right here was so pissed when she fucking like reformed, because he thought that like she was alive. And I'm just like, bro, chill the fuck. Like, he literally was like, God damn it. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, bro.
I'll tell you the reason why I was that mad. Because if she would have came back, it would have been way too quick. And like you, I'm not too big of a fan of them just bringing back characters from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was that upset. It just so happened that it's also one of my least favorite characters in the MCU. But that was the main reason, is because it would have been way too quick of a revival
Must
of a
be a
character.
problem with her.
Yeah.
I think
Um.
even
She
in
was
Love and
main.
Thunder, I feel like she advanced her character so much. She
I
turned
think
cool as shit.
I think she was better in Love and Thunder,
Yeah, like you saw in number
but
seven,
I still
especially
can't
like
stand her.
she cared more about saving people than
Right.
saving her life.
Good,
Like she
good
knew
for
it
her.
was killing her, but she was like, I want to save these kids.
All right.
I don't know how you can't
Right.
like her.
Yeah. Moral of the
Well,
story: Black. Or I almost said Black Panther. Thor. The Dark World is yeah, not good, and I have no intention of finishing the movie.
that's fair. James, the reason why I can't stand her is all because of Dark World. That's literally it. Because I didn't have a problem with her in the first Thor. Like, I really didn't. She was just boring. But the writing was that bad. Like, they made me hate her character so much. Like, I thought she did better in Love and Thunder. I really do. But it doesn't defeat the purpose that I can't stand her character. I can't. I love Natalie Portman, though. I do. But I can't stand Jane Foster. So. Anyways, so my number one is Eternals. Because why the hell are you making an origin story for a group that's 3 hour long? That's 3 hours long that nobody's ever heard of ever. They're like Ty said, they're a ripoff of the Justice League. They're beyond irrelevant. All of the characters are assholes. Like, it's so boring. It was way too long. I hated it. It was the worst 3 hours of my life. It was pathetic. It's a pathetic waste of a movie. Everybody who's ever seen that movie deserves their money back. That's how bad it is. Like, it makes me sad. That's how bad it is. That like, why did you do that to us? I'd rather watch Morbius 5 more times in a row than watch that movie again.
Hell nah.
No,
Bro,
yes,
Morbius, let me
no.
tell you something. I made it 15 minutes through that movie, bro. Turned that bitch off. Then I was like, let me try it again. Made it 30 minutes because I made sure to pitch 15 minutes past the 15 minutes. Turned that bitch off again. I said, yeah, I'm tapping out on this shit. It's
That's what I'm saying. That's how bad Eternals is to me.
All
I
right.
will never watch that movie again.
All right, James.
so my least favorite is also Eternals.
Yeah.
My whole thing is main character, the girl. I don't know her name, to be honest.
Who does?
Whatever her
Who's
name is.
any of their name besides
But she
Sprite?
fights old.
Sprite. Yeah.
Yeah, she fights old dude, big powerful dude.
Right.
Superman 2.0. She fights him, and she's supposed to be the main character. She's the one that saves the day, but she don't know what her powers are. And I don't know if y'all remember.
No, I don't remember
She
that.
don't, because no one ever figures out what her power. That's the catch. She just saves the world somehow. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I don't
Nobody
remember
to this
anything
day.
of that movie anymore. I've blocked it.
We don't know her powers.
That's
She
crazy.
just ends up saving the world by putting her hand on the earth.
No, I do remember that.
Nobody knows what the fuck she does, but somehow she saved the world. And
Yeah, that's
I don't
gross.
like it because if you remember in the movie, they literally say the reason we don't like. They explain why they didn't come help with Thanos. So what is the point in y'all giving us the Eternals? Because if they can't help with Thanos, why can they help with anyone else?
Which is even more stupid because so they are supposed to fight the specific species, like that's where they're allowed to come in, and it was proven that Thanos is a part of that species. So the fact that they said that they weren't allowed to mess with Thanos is ridiculous because it was debunked. It's
Oh,
literally
they're just
he was a part
dickheads.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So idiots, all of them.
Yeah. So I think I mean, I think it would have been a better movie if we got. I mean, we're loving to do all these damn TV shows. We
No,
should
I
have got
agree. That should have been a TV show.
No, I mean, it's cool, the movie, but at least give us the
No.
TV show so we know about who the characters are. We
Right.
had an Avenger type movie, but like, imagine watching the Avengers but never getting the Thor movie or the Iron Man movie or the
Right.
Captain America movie, and we just get them all.
Yeah, and you have to learn about all of. Yeah, no, I agree.
You got to learn about all of them at the same time. That's pretty much what Eternals was, and
Right.
they just try to all cram it in of learning who they are, what their powers do, and because of that, we can't remember the characters' names. We can't remember, as you said, Death Flash. That's what we know one of the characters as. Superman 2.0. Like we have to refer to other
Right. We
superheroes
have to
to try and
refer to
remember
a
their
whole
names because we
different
can't remember them.
universe.
Yeah, like because we can't even remember their names. Like
Yeah.
they just did a job.
I think it's funny that like everybody, well, besides I guess Ty, has Eternals as the worst movie. It has a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dog shit.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because like also with all the movies that it came out after, still have not talking about the big ass hand that's sticking out of
That's
the
what I'm saying.
fucking.
It's like irrelevant because like.
How aren't we talking about that?
The only I mean, even this I forgot about until right now is that movie introduced like the recoming of Blade.
The end credit scene did, yes.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
only thing that
that's
came
the
to
only
my
thing we
memory.
can look forward
I
to
didn't
because
even
Blade will actually be a part of
see.
something.
I forgot
It'll
about
be
that.
longer though. Right. It'll be longer. So y'all probably, I don't know what you guys have seen, but it got pushed back because the script was terrible, which I'm
What
glad they
Blade?
caught. Yeah. So
The director like quit
Personally,
or
I
something like
don't
yeah,
that.
know
well, he
how.
got
Like,
fired.
and
Oh, got
a
fired.
lot of people might hate on me for it, but I don't think Blade is going to be able to handle his own voice.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never seen a Blade movie. I don't know.
they
I
were
don't
all
You
know.
haven't
right.
seen the old Blade?
I've never seen a Blade movie. No. But all like I don't even really know anything about Blade. Isn't he's a vampire hunter, right? That's what his thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I know about Blade. So uh, all I know is that his movie got pushed back because the writing was super bad and they had to get a whole new person and a brand new script. So that movie got pushed back. That's all I remember.
All right. Well,
Terrible though. I'm glad we all got to talk about how terrible some of the Marvel movies were.
oh yeah, it's always fun talking about how
Yeah.
terrible Marvel is.
Yeah.
Nah,
Me
just
too.
kidding. All right.
Um,
Did you want to do shows or?
yeah, we could do a quick rundown. Where are we at time?
Right now we're an hour and 36 minutes in.
Yeah, we could do some shows.
Um,
So we'll just do all the way through. We won't stop to talk. We'll just say what we think in
just
order from worst to best.
from okay. Um, like okay, we're just gonna go through our list, or what do you mean?
Like rank them from what you think best Disney Plus film or show to the worst. And then when it's our turn, we'll just go down the list.
Okay, I've already got mine, so
All right, then you want to start it off?
I'm going worst to best.
Best to worst.
Oh, best to worst.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, this is interesting, boys. Um, I don't know. Well, so for the shows, like I don't know, they're all whatever to me, to an extent. The best one I do gotta give it to is probably Loki. As James wants his fucking yeah, that's my guy right there. Um, no, for Loki, like the only like real criticism I had with it is that they kind of sped up his character because, like I said, because it's supposed to be the Loki from the Avengers, and then like it literally in the first episode they like speeded his character development up to where it's like basically the one from like he's like sees his life and all that like where he dies and then makes him become and he's said and then he also says oh I don't kill and then he's like bullshit you killed 80 people in 2 days.
All
um but I will say it introduced Kang the Conqueror, which was seeing him I was like oh my god.
Yeah, that was dope.
um yeah, and it was the only show where like really like well granted the way it ended was to make it how the reaction was supposed to be, but literally yeah the ending you're just like what the fuck.
Right.
So it's very interesting to see what they're gonna do for season 2.
Right.
Of Loki, which is, I mean, it has to be the best because it's the only show that I guess What If, but besides from What If, it's the only show that's getting a second season. So at
Moon
least,
Knight's getting a second season.
oh yeah, I can't wait for that. But yeah, all right,
Yeah.
Loki.
Well, no, do your
Oh,
entire
my
list.
entire list.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Just then, yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, then I got it kind of switched for me, but I'm gonna give it to WandaVision for number 2. Just it was very interesting to see how it fucking all laid out and shit. And it was definitely the more interesting shows. Third would be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I actually really like that. I had that above WandaVision for the longest time.
Interesting.
But John Walker, a lot of people hated him. I hated how fans treated the shit. Like how it's a fucking show, relax.
Right.
You motherfuckers. He's playing a part, dickheads. But no, I liked him. I really liked when he killed that one guy with the shield.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was insanity. Can't believe he did that still. That was gruesome.
But yeah, and then obviously Sam Wilson becoming Captain America was amazing to see.
Love the suit.
Oh yeah, suit's fucking beautiful. Fourth, I got Hawkeye.
Yep.
I love this iteration of Kate Bishop. I'm glad they went with Haley Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld is a baddie, so I had to go with it. But everything about it was cool. There was Hawkeye finally got the purple suit.
That was clean.
It was clean, yeah. Yeah, very interesting show.
See, now this is where I'm interested in your list because of what's left.
All right, so I guess fifth on my list is going to be Moon Knight.
James froze. Oh, there he is. Sorry.
Yeah, my camera was being weird. My bad.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, I got Moon Knight. I didn't really like the show, to be honest. I thought it was boring. I hated how they fucking ended it. I mean, it was a good finale. The writing was whatever. What saved it was the acting. Oscar Isaac did a fucking amazing job as fucking Moon Knight. And fucking with the with the multiple personalities and all that bullshit. Really good. Terrible CGI, whatever. Next on the list, number 6 would be What If. What If had a couple good episodes. I liked when T'Challa was a Star-Lord. I liked the zombie episode. I really loved the zombie episode. James repping the Cowboys yet again. But other than that, I fucking hate. I didn't like anything else. I wanted it to be so much more than it was, and maybe it will be with season 2. But that's yet to see.
All
right. Second to last. Keep in mind, She-Hulk. As of recording this, She-Hulk is not done. The finale is going to be this week.
Right.
So maybe my opinion will change. But I currently have Miss Marvel as second to last. I don't know why you guys are shocked. I told y'all how much I fucking hate She-Hulk. With Miss Marvel.
The worst show?
The worst.
The way that you brought this up made it seem like you were going to say She-Hulk was second to last. So it was a plot twist. 1, 2,
it wasn't
you're crazy.
A plot twist.
It was a plot twist for me.
I don't know. With Miss Marvel, it was whatever. I thought, the characters. I liked Kamala Khan, but you could tell that because it's her first acting job. And you can tell with some of her scenes. I'm trying to think what else. Like I don't know. I thought it was cool to see like like high schooler like wanting to become a superhero because that's how she is. It's fucking Miss Marvel
Right.
fangirl.
Yeah.
So I thought like that was good. Everything else it was like whatever. The CGI was kind of dog shit. I didn't care about any of the fucking real origins of what they were trying to do with like the bad guys and all that. I didn't. It was whatever. But but yeah, She-Hulk is just an entire fucking
You're crazy.
different beast.
You're crazy.
That
That's nuts.
we'll discuss it after we do everyone's list.
Cool. So I'll go next. Number 1 is Loki. They just did it so good. It was phenomenal. Loved it. Solid show. That's all I gotta say about it. It was amazing. Number 2 is WandaVision, and like it's a great show. It's the reason why, because I hear that like some people put WandaVision above Loki or Loki above WandaVision. That's the top 2 shows. The reason why I have it at number 2, the first 2 episodes just made me so uncomfortable. Like the ending of the first episode was weird,
See,
but I give them
that's why I
give
like
them
it.
because it's weird.
Well, it's because it's interesting.
It
Like
just
they
made me
leave you like,
uncomfortable.
because every
Yeah.
episode besides like the fourth one like made you think like what the fuck is like going on.
No, you're right, and this is like it solid show all the way around. Just the first 2 made me uncomfortable. I didn't like how I felt, but nonetheless, amazingly done. It was very good, and they tried a different approach with different what is it,
Eras.
generation? Yeah, sorry, different eras, and I think they did a very good job portraying that. Number 3, I got Falcon. I hate John Walker, and that's the purpose. He did that good of a job. Like
The
me and
writing
Ty,
is supposed to do that.
yeah, exactly. Like we talked about this when, everything was over with the show. And yeah, like that's how good he was. Like he was so good. You were supposed to hate him. You were not supposed to, you know, be rude and cruel to him. Like it's the writing. Like people got crazy with that. Phenomenal acting, solid show all around. Yeah, number 4, Hawkeye. So me and Ty had the exact same top 4. Um, Hawkeye was really good. I enjoyed it. I I like that they brought in Kingpin. I thought that was super cool. Especially it being
I
the
forgot about
actor
that.
from especially it being the actor from the Daredevil show. I thought that was super cool to see. It was like another hint that like like we're really getting the old cast from Daredevil because we saw Charlie Cox as Matt in the Spider-Man movie, and then we saw this, so it was cool. Like I said about Black Widow, I love her sister. I think she does a great job playing her character. I think she does really really good. It was cool to see her inside of Hawkeye. It was a fun show. I liked it. Now this is where me and Ty are very different. Um, Next is She-Hulk. Ty, you're crazy for like I still don't understand because so I just watched the. We'll get into it after we're done.
Yeah.
I'll keep it at it's not as bad as what you're saying it is. It's really not.
Oh
You're
my
tripping.
God.
After that I got Moon Knight because and I thought about those two flip-flopping, but Moon Knight's just boring and I didn't really like uh, it was just really boring. Great acting, you're right. I think the finale was really good and it was in the end it was kind of cool to think back to like oh this is supposed to make sense now as a whole season or sorry series, but it was just boring. After that I got What If. I was hyped about this show and it disappointed me greatly. It made me sad about how many of the episodes were bad. Like we didn't need to see the Thor episode.
And it had so much potential, right?
It
It,
it had
it
so
did
much
though.
So much
potential.
potential.
James, you know it had so much potential, but they didn't live up to it and I really hope that they do better with season 2. I really do cuz the comics are dope. The What If comics are amazing. I love them. But that show did not do it justice, and it's just very sad that they didn't do that good with it. So much potential. The worst one's Miss Marvel. Miss
Get that
Marvel
on
was
a fucking
trash.
shirt for you,
Bro, I might have to trademark that.
You don't
It has so
understand.
much
I'm getting
potential.
that on a shirt for you. So
Do it,
much
bro. I
potential.
love it. It'll be my most worn T-shirt. Can you make it a hoodie? That'd be way better. Let's get matching hoodies. Miss Marvel's trash. It's terrible. It's like I understand kind of what you're saying with you like some of the characters,
I
but
only really like Kamala's character.
oh,
I
that's
guess her family's kind of cool too, but I didn't really give a
her,
shit about fucking.
her dad's cool.
Yeah,
Abu,
yeah,
Abu's cool,
yeah, he's cool. I didn't really
but
give a
it's a trash show. It's like I thought. Oh, the episode that got me. There were two. It was the episode that she went back in time to the train station.
Yeah, that shit was fucking boring.
What the hell are you doing? Why'd you do that? It was so bad. It was lame. It was boring. It was all of the above. Then, the episode before the finale. Why would you kill the villains? Why would you kill off the main villains of this show before the finale? The finale was terrible because the kid of the villain, the mom, he changed sides like 5 different times. He was like, I'm evil now because of this and this and this. And then Kamal's like, wait. And he's like, oh, you're right. I'm a good guy. And then something else. Oh, I'm evil again. I'm going to destroy everyone. Kamal, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'll wait. I'm a good guy. Make up your mind. Stop being a little bitch. It's ridiculous how bad that show was. It was terrible. That's what I have to say about it.
So my number one is She-Hulk. On God. No, I'm just kidding. My number one is
Bro.
Loki. My number one is Loki.
You had
It
me.
cannot be.
Yeah.
Loki was fantastic inside and out. Granted, everyone knows my opinion. He deserved a movie, but the show was really great. I
At
love the
least,
show inside and out.
I understand you'd rather a movie, but at least he's getting a season 2, unlike a lot of the other
Yeah,
shows.
I mean, at least they
That's
did
cool.
the show good.
Right.
They didn't botch the show. I hope they don't botch the second, because the first season was great.
Right.
Because I like that Disney wasn't scared to introduce the actual Loki of making him curious of his sexuality. I really like that because that's something of Loki, and I thought Disney was going to be scared to that realm. So I was kind of happy that they weren't scared to do that. My number two is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So the thing about that show, I hated it. I remember watching the first episode and I was like, this show is fucking terrible, and I never
The
put it back
Falcon
on.
one?
I
Oh, okay.
hated it, and then I was talking to my dad, and he was telling me, he was like, you should watch it again. And here's the thing about tell me, so when he tells me to watch things, I watch them. And so I sat down, I watched, and I was like, oh my god, this shit's amazing because I didn't uh, like the new Captain America. I was like, he's a bitch. But then when I found out that that wasn't the route they were taking, it was just the beginning of it, and then I started to like it, and it got really good. And then third, I got Hawkeye,
Wow.
one of my favorite Marvel characters. Um, you know, again, I think he should have got a movie if Black Widow did, but they did good on the show. I like
Right.
Kate Bishop. I thought they picked a good actress. So, and like you guys said, bringing Kingpin in, I liked it. It was dope.
Right.
Now, this is going to be controversial, but I will have to put She-Hulk at 4. The only reason I'm putting She-Hulk at 4 and I had to put WandaVision at 5, you guys know my personal opinion about WandaVision.
Oh, well, I forgot
Personally,
your personal
I
opinion.
I personally do not like this show. And I
Did
even
did
text you guys
you
the
not
other night.
finish it?
No, I texted you guys the other night and I told you guys I was pushing through it and I finished it. I still was not a fan of it. The first 3 episodes were just mind-boggling stupid. No one can tell me that fucking talent show episode was not stupid. It had no relevance on what the fucking show was about. Like, it was just dumb. He had a piece of gum stuck in him, so he started acting stupid. Yeah, no, it was just dumb in my opinion. The first 3 episodes were just useless. I mean, near the end it got better, but when half of the fucking season is stupid, it's kind of hard to put it up there when most other shows have really good episodes throughout it. But that one, I really only liked the end of WandaVision. The whole beginning was really weird.
The way you're talking, the way you're talking about it makes it seem like that's your least favorite show.
No, it's just because I don't. It's a lot of people's number one.
Ty has not been shocked yet. You shocked.
It's a lot of people's number one, and it's like I don't personally. There were the beginning. A lot of the first episodes were stupid. But then I have Miss Marvel at number 7. I haven't really watched the show. I watched the first 2 episodes. It was all right. So far, I haven't finished it. I will say that, so that's why it is higher. I'm not going to put it at the bottom because I haven't finished it, so I got to give it some leeway. And then I have Moon Knight at number 8.
Where'd you put
number 7? I put What If last. What If was last. I hated What If. I ended up watching a couple of them the other day after you guys said it, and I watched it. I didn't like it. What If was stupid.
What is going on?
Yeah, What If is definitely last. For sure. So, but again, it's personal. It's how you like it. I didn't like it.
Where did you put WandaVision?
5.
At 5?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, 5.
It changes it a little because I thought you had WandaVision all the way, like above Miss Marvel, above like all that.
Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and What If are WandaVision.
You put okay.
But as I said, I like the end of WandaVision, but I don't like the beginning. Which I can't put it so high when I've said about She-Hulk. I like pretty much all of She-Hulk, but I can say if I go into WandaVision, I will skip the first 3 episodes, guaranteed. Bro, every time.
I would skip. I'll skip the season of She-Hulk, bro. See, this. The only episode I'll watch is the Daredevil episode. That's it.
I don't see what's the problem with it.
The show is fucking trash.
Since we're getting into it, Ty. So like I said, I was behind, right? And y'all were talking about it last night. So I watched all 3 episodes that I was behind on. I was only behind 3. So the first one I watched that I was on again was the wedding episode. It wasn't bad. None of those episodes were bad, and the Daredevil one was really good. They weren't bad. Yeah, the villain might be a little dumb, like it's a stupid villain, but it wasn't bad. I think I don't know what you're expecting in a law superhero show, but she's pushing to be a lawyer. She doesn't want to be a superhero. There's not going to be
I understand that. I understand that it's a law and order shit. And I said this yesterday because James was like, "Oh, you don't vote." Like I fuck with law and order. I fuck with crime shit. It's the fucking show is bad. The writing is trash. The characters are trash unless it's a fucking character that was already existed from a fucking prior to She-Hulk. Fucking, they made characters like Hulk and fucking Abomination bitches. Fucking, I don't care for any of the fucking What?
You mean, but you also got
Hulk's a bitch. He got taken out by a Jeep.
But they didn't make Hulk a bitch. They made Hulk a bitch back in the Avenger movies. You can't put that on Hulk. They've been made Hulk a bitch.
But they're the ones that made him get taken out by a Jeep, though. A Jeep? I understand if it's hand-to-hand combat, but a fucking Jeep?
I guess.
Oh my God.
I don't see...
That's crazy. That's one of your reasonings for hating the entirety of the show.
They made Hulk a bitch.
That's
not my only reason.
No, I understand, but how is that going to be one of your reasons that you just put out? That was a 5-second clip and then it was over with. So for you to put that as one of your points on why the show sucks,
I also hate that they advertised fucking
that I can give
the
you.
advertising of fucking Daredevil has been fucking shit, and that's what pissed me off about the fucking wedding episode. How fucking dare you tease Daredevil and then want to be like, oh, it's the wedding episode because, you know, weddings are inconvenient like everything else. Fuck you. Like, how dare you fucking advertise that shit? Like, I'm surprised they didn't fucking save Daredevil for the fucking finale. The fact that they use Daredevil as a fucking crutch because they know that the way that they're writing the show, she cannot carry the goddamn show. She wants to be a lawyer, but she can't carry her own goddamn show. She's talking to me. Every time she talks to me, I want to fucking punch the screen because she's fucking...
But I think that's another reason why they're holding Daredevil is because they know a lot of you people think that and you won't actually watch the show and give a fuck about who She-Hulk is. And they know for the people who watch the show and actually pay attention, like She-Hulk for She-Hulk and actually go through that route, they don't, like me, I don't give a fuck about the Daredevil. Like, yeah, it's cool Daredevil, but I wasn't instantly attracted and held on to that. But you don't like the show. You like She-Hulk as a character, really. It seems like throughout these last 2 nights talking about her, you really hate
I
She-Hulk.
hate that she can't carry a goddamn show.
But you don't think she can carry a show. I think she's fine. Yeah, they're doing cameos, but the cameos have fit in.
So she's carrying a show by showing that she fucking needs to get her back blown out by fucking these random ass fucking people.
So because she's trying to also have a life, that is a problem, Ty.
It's not a matter of fucking it's not a matter of her having a fucking love life. The fact that she fucking set up a fucking account, got fucking 0 matches, and then said, oh, let me catcall all these motherfuckers because, you know, it's fucking She-Hulk, is fucking, like, ridiculous to me.
Throughout the show, the reason for that is because she's trying to get okay with being She-Hulk.
Right.
She's having such a hard time accepting that that's who she is. And that way of getting on the dating app and going on dates with that applied her to now welcoming in the name of She-Hulk. That's when she started.
And then, like, it did not. And she got so upset too when that guy blew her back out, and then fucking she's all normal Jen, and then he leaves because obviously he doesn't want to deal with her. He just wanted to fuck She-Hulk. Because that's such a fucking flex. I would love to go to my friends and be like, bro, I just fucked She-Hulk, dog. Like,
but here's the thing. Yeah, that is terrifying. So, but here's the thing. That's part of the character development because, one, she doesn't want to be a superhero. All she's ever wanted to be was a good lawyer. And
she said that in episode 1.
And when she became She-Hulk, James is right. She had to accept that for herself. So to go out and be able to, like, try to function as the She-Hulk was her welcoming in. Then she started realizing that, oh, like, people might only like the She-Hulk, which then you see in the other episode in one of the latest ones that, oh, I can accept myself. Like, I can be okay with myself too. Like, yeah, She-Hulk is cool, but like, I have to love myself. That's all part of the character development.
I understand about the She-Hulk shit.
She became She-Hulk, like every single thing of her life became She-Hulk. Like, she couldn't even be a lawyer without being a lawyer as She-Hulk.
Right.
She can't get a date without being She-Hulk. She can't go on the street and walk around without being She-Hulk. Like, she had to adapt to that. She had to get used to it. So that's what the whole show is really breaking down, is like her kind of getting used to it, getting the group of friends together, getting friends in the law firm, because not everybody likes her.
I will, for the lawyer shit, a lot of the shit she chose to be She-Hulk, like, except for the lawyer job. Like, walking around the street, getting dates and shit like that, she chose to become fucking She-Hulk.
But she chose that to try and become comfortable with it. She's trying to accept
She did not try to do it when she fucking set up the Tinder account. Come on.
That was their way of it, was showing her getting more comfortable with it. Like, okay, let me do this.
No.
And then you saw it hurt her even worse when the left.
No, I saw it as she was just horny. That's all I saw it as.
That's because you hate the show.
No, like, even if I saw it, like, that's not fucking, like, I didn't see her, going on all these dates to be comfortable with She-Hulk. No, she literally just wanted to go on a fucking date. That's all I saw it as. It wasn't the...
So what's
Because why was she fucking so disappointed when fucking, like, the guy was all like, oh, I'm gonna leave because you're not She-Hulk anymore? Like...
because she thought she
Because
found
it
somebody
hurt.
that she could be both herself
Well, she's
and
fucking
because
stupid.
they
Why
hit
the
it
fuck
off.
would she think that?
Because she's been single for years on end. She's been only focusing on her career. She got thrown into the superhero world, and so when a guy finally gives her the light of day
But
and
she should have
realizes,
known. She fucking
but she
got
didn't.
0
She's
matches as
human.
her.
She's human. That's the thing. This is her trying to figure out how to be She-Hulk and herself and accepting of both. Trying to figure out who's going to like me for me, like, and not care about too much about She-Hulk. That's why she fell so hard for Josh. That's why she went on so many dates with him and then, slept with him. She finally found somebody who she thought loved her for her, which she was very not okay with, because before She-Hulk, she couldn't get a date. Nobody wanted to be with her. Nobody. So then she was like, okay, well, now I have leeway. Now I have something that I can show off that's worth bringing to the table. But she's still wanting people to love her for her. And so when Josh came and didn't see her She-Hulk, obviously he was a bad guy and tried to do what he did, and he succeeded. But she saw it as, damn,
So
like,
if that...
he likes
Hold
me
on.
for me. I don't have to be a superhero now. He's accepting of both me, Jennifer Walters, and She-Hulk, and he doesn't care which one I am.
So here's
But you gotta
here's the
think, there was
no,
only
no, no,
two
no, no.
ways
Let me
the
let me
show was
talk.
gonna
Let me
come
talk. Let me
out.
talk. So with that, all right. So she made a name for herself already. She made it clearly that she's fucking Jennifer Walters as well as She-Hulk. So I don't understand. For one, I don't understand why fucking, if they knew that, how come, if she signed up as Jennifer Walters, no one fucking knew it. Because, like, oh shit, She-Hulk. So she should have already fucking set it up, because she's like, oh, okay, I'm Jennifer Walters, I'm She-Hulk. Everybody knows that now. So now I'm going to set up my profile that's not She-Hulk, right? So that way people could still do it. So why the fuck, when she signs it up as She-Hulk, she gets all fucking disappointed when she fucking, oh, he doesn't love me for me. Of course he doesn't. You signed it up as She-Hulk. You didn't sign it up as you're... Like, I understand that you're trying to get comfortable with She-Hulk, all right? You're trying to... It's a new lifestyle. It's a new fucking, like, shit. But for her, for the longest time, she's trying to make a name for herself. Not for She-Hulk, for herself. So why the fuck is she getting all disappointed when fucking... Yeah, she
Because
doesn't do this shit.
I'll let you know right
You
now.
gotta think about it like this. There's only two ways the show could have really went. They could take it in this aspect where she's off on her own and she's trying to really not only carry her normal day-to-day life of being a lawyer, but combining it with now being the Hulk and having to now reconcile with that and come to terms with it, right? And that's what they're doing with the show. Or the second route they could have done was her stay with the Hulk and him train her the whole time. Which I don't know about you, but that sounds boring as fuck, because that would just be the Hulk show. But those were really only the two alternative routes when you want something of a show of She-Hulk.
Right.
That's why I say I don't think the shows are, because you have people like you who aren't going to like that, where if She-Hulk was in a movie, she actually had a villain, and throughout the thing we worked with there, it would be different.
So
but
then,
I don't think they had, I think they did it fine in this show. They had the cameos, but they made reasons and backed up the cameos. It wasn't just random ass cameos. Hello, like they actually had something to do with the show. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let you, like, so with what you're asking, like, why was she so disappointed when nobody wanted to be with her? When I don't know about you, but if I just turned into a superhero and I'm on a dating site too, like, let's say it's same scenario, and somebody, finally swiped up on me, you're not going to be excited and expect the best. You're not going to hope for the best automatically. Like, as a human, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, this is it. Like, I'm going on dates. Like, this is it. Like, this can go very, very well. You're going to expect the best. So why can't she? Like,
I'm not saying that but she clearly fucking is catcalling these motherfuckers.
I don't see it as catcalling.
I don't either.
Just trying.
She's trying to
just
fuck.
Trying to be happy.
She's trying to fuck.
No, she's trying to find a relationship.
If that's the case, then you should have just not promoted yourself as She-Hulk.
The way right when Josh started to act like her, she went out. But she was hoping that if she went out with they would get to know her and not
Right.
just worry about She-Hulk. Yeah, She-Hulk's to get in the door, but you tell me you ain't never used no to get in the door. It's about getting your foot in the door, and then it's about what you do when you get in the door. She-Hulk was just her way of getting in. Then she was trying to make them fall in love with her because big and green or small, and I think she's Latina. It doesn't matter. She's the same person inside talking, and that's what she was trying to reflect to all of them. I don't think she was catcalling.
I don't either.
I think that's just you hating on the show.
I don't hate on, and it's funny because I'd be saying like, oh, like Marvel needs to go back to dark, whatever, and like, I don't agree with that for She-Hulk, but just make the writing fucking better, make the characters fucking better. I don't care for any of the fucking characters, and like for
I think Leapfrog is stupid. Leapfrog
was stupid. Fucking the guy that fucking was immortal was fucking stupid for how many times he's fucking like done all this shit. The way that they handled that situation was fucking stupid. And that wasn't even her. That was the fucking other fucking side lady. Like Jennifer is only really done like fucking like 2 cases. She did the one for Abomination, which she won, and then she also did the one for Wong, which she won. But everything else, like she lost that one to fucking Matt Murdock.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, respectfully so, but still, you're telling me you're
that's
fucking.
Because Leapfrog was stupid.
Yeah, he didn't get all the information. That's not her
and
fault.
she didn't
have.
She didn't have a choice. She didn't want to back him up, because she knew he was a stupid, privileged motherfucker.
Right.
So you can't even put that as an L for her, because she knew it was an L before taking it.
Right.
I know, but like, still, it's just fucking.
I think you just hate it too much because the writing isn't that.
It's bad, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
so cringy, bro.
As I said, it's not
cringy.
It's so cringy.
The only thing that is stupid is the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing. That's the
bro. That shit fucking pissed me off, and I haven't even brought that shit into my fucking arguments, bro.
Well, that's the only part that's stupid.
Bro, imagine a fucking movie studio, right? Imagine a movie studio where all of your fucking recent shit has been fucking dog shit, and instead of fucking improving on your goddamn movies, you're paying someone to fucking make She-Hulk twerk.
I think that's the stupidest part of the show. I think,
and I know James is gonna be like, "Well, I liked it because he's just like that."
Funny. I didn't say I liked it. I thought it was funny. I laughed at it. I thought the shit was funny. I'm not saying it was I don't think it was a good addition. Yeah, the money could have gone somewhere else, but I laughed. It got me off guard. So you can't tell me you didn't laugh when you saw it.
No, I did not laugh when I saw it. I said, "What the fuck are they doing?"
So I giggled. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, because it got me off guard. She was funny. Like, the fuck is She-Hulk twerking for? Like, got me off guard. I'm not saying it was
the show isn't really that bad, especially seeing like
the
way Miss Marvel was written and the way that Moon Knight was written. It's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's not the best by any means, but it is definitely not the worst.
Well, James, you have it on your upper half. You have it as in your best half.
That's
what I'm saying. You have it above WandaVision, dude.
But that's only because if you look through the first 8 episodes, watch all 8 episodes. As Jaden said when he was talking about WandaVision, the first 2 episodes were weird because I didn't like the first 2 episodes. And the third episode, when it was finally in color, like I'll give it to you. Didn't make it any better. It was a little weird to me. Like, it just threw me off. And when
I guess
can't watch if there's 8 episodes and I can't watch 3, that's almost 50% of my
I'll give it to you.
I'll respect your opinion, but unless this finale, I don't know what this finale for She-Hulk needs to do for me to like change my opinion about it. Like,
they do something crazy and Tyler comes on here like, bro, this is top 2 show. This shit was crazy. Like, they do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
With like,
nuts. Actually, I won't say it because I don't know if y'all have seen it. It could be a spoiler, so I won't say nothing. But
what?
I'm not gonna say it.
Spoiler alert!
No.
I was about to say, I really do not give a shit about them.
We're not like you. We watched the Black Panther trailer.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it's looking.
They're gonna have Black Panther in there. Hold on.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But Hulk and Abomination are supposed to fight.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Which I
That's
mean,
gonna piss Tyler off.
well, we'll see
Where's your chick
what kind of
Spider-Man?
fucking Hulk and Abomination fight we get. Because if it's just them, like, I feel like it's just gonna be them, like, like bitch slapping each other, So they just stop
But that would
hitting
make
me.
no. That they would have to do a lot leading up. It would make no, because you look at She-Hulk and Abomination are really close right now.
Yeah.
Also, Hulk's off planet.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what I saw.
Yeah.
That it might be a spoiler. That's
Yeah.
what I said. I didn't say it's
Nah, yeah,
confirmed.
you're good. Yeah.
I just the last thing I'll say is I just think you hate it a little too much. That's
and
it. That's
the
Maybe
thing
you
is
just
like
need
I
to
don't.
rewatch it.
No. The thing is, I feel like, and I know that you guys feel like I want She-Hulk. I wanted She-Hulk to be good. I really did.
has so much
You
potential.
don't sound like it.
Yeah, no, I did.
So much
Like
potential.
I told Jaden, I don't like it when fucking like shit that I like is fucking like trash. Like I want like
But
all
we
my.
don't have proof that you like it or have ever liked it.
Well, just
It's been on
Marvel
record.
in like overall. I mean, like I don't want like any of Marvel's like shit to be bad. Like it fucking brings me joy when I watch movies with you guys, and
Right.
so,
As I said, I think that's why you're. Maybe when I come back, to have a She-Hulk marathon.
James, I don't.
Really, really in depth rewatch it again. I think you're tripping. It's not as bad as. Like I promise you, when I'm telling you, and like I mean this, I think you need to rewatch it because I think you're hating it a little too much. It is not that bad.
I don't know. I just see like the writing is to me the writing is bad. The storylines are bad. The
Why is
characters
the
are
writing
bad.
bad?
Bro, just like the jokes and like just how like everybody gets to everywhere and shit like that, like Daredevil. And then no, just kidding, not like Daredevil.
Fuck Daredevil. Daredevil was the worst.
Fuck you.
Um.
You haven't even seen it all the way.
All right. Well, let's
Give it leeway like you're giving Ms. Marvel.
Well, I'm not gonna watch that Daredevil show. Watch the new one that comes out.
That's cool.
That one's 18 episodes.
Yeah.
But we will end it there. We will see how my opinion changes.
Well, I guarantee.
When is the new episode drop?
Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday.
Yep. So
maybe you guys can watch it together.
But anyway, guys, yeah, thank you for tuning into this Marvelistic podcast. See what I did
Thanks
there?
for letting me host.
That's that She-Hulk writing you were talking about.
Yeah, see? Good thing they didn't hire me. I would have made it 10 times worse than it already is. But yeah, no, this was fun. Can't wait to, upload all these and do all the edits for the lists. See what you guys think of our lists. See how She-Hulk is trash, or maybe you like She-Hulk. Maybe it's your favorite fucking Marvel project of all time.
I hope it's somebody's just to tick you off.
That'd be kind of fun.
It would be a debate, like I would just like, yeah, She-Hulk is like better than everything, better than Logan, better than fucking Spider-Man 2. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
I know you see. I'm about to put on She-Hulk right now.
Good.
Episode 1.
I need to get to bed because remember I'm old.
And you have work in the morning.
I do have work in the morning. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for listening to this Marvelistic podcast. Yeah, I said it twice.
Dumb.
Yeah, feel free to make sure you follow if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, I guess I should say, because James corrected me the first time I said that. Make sure that you subscribe, like the video, share with all of your friends and family and everybody that we do. Yep. And then also just make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We'll be posting all the highlights there, all of our lists there. You can probably comment your opinion there.
And I'll probably use my main account, watch those, and then comment on your comment. I've done it before, and some of y'all be crazy.
Yep. And then anything you guys want to add? Get the last word in.
Go listen to
No.
Back to the Cul-de-Sac by J Mac, Ty Palomino, and Dirty Mike.
Oh yeah, I meant to
It's
I
one of the
meant to
greatest
advertise it
albums
at the intro, but I forgot.
on this
Uh,
planet. It's one of the best.
yeah,
We're also featuring DB5. So
yeah, we're
I'll
all
listen to that song.
we're
find out.
all in music, the music
Yeah.
industry. Yay!
They did me dirty. Just know that.
No, we didn't because
Your verse is still in there.
you're tied
They
for
did me dirty.
with 4 other songs on Apple. So
Did
we
me
didn't
dirty.
do better. Yeah, we
I
kind of
thought it
did
was a
better.
group
We didn't
song.
tell 'em. Yeah, it wasn't.
They didn't tell
We
me.
changed it.
I had to
We
find
didn't.
out.
Yeah, no.
And they
I,
acted like they didn't know what I was talking
the
about.
funny thing is, I was supposed to tell you, and I forgot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Be on ones.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Remember, She-Hulk is trash.